Right. Because he threw it.
Right.
He was like, get it. I mean, obviously, it did give the impression of something else.
Let's explain the story, man. Why do you have a fucking swastika etched on your arm?
Well, I was having this conversation with my sister. We were drunk. You know, everything about the news with Elon Musk. They were telling me about, he was doing the...
From the heart.
That's what I said. I told him, I was like, it clearly looked like he said, my heart to you, my heart to you.
He seemed overexcited because he threw it.
Right.
He was like, get it.
Yeah. But you saw him also go,
But,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
The Ruffled Feathers Podcast.
well, welcome guys to a random Ruffled Feathers episode.
yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to call this episode
17.
17. 17 again.
Climbing.
I'm Bird. I decided I should tattoo again on an episode for once.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
I feel honored.
I've been taking some episodes off, but here we are. About to do an octopus. I'm here with Stanley.
Nice to meet you.
Stanley?
Yes,
Stanley?
sir.
Stanley? Which
Yes.
one?
Stan?
Stanley?
Yeah, Stan is fine.
Yeah.
And of course, the truth-seeking co-host, Pablo.
Yeah. You already know what's up.
Yeah. Hello. So, as said before, we're doing a tattoo today. And it's weird circumstances, what we're doing today, to say the least.
Yeah. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I'll tell you guys about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what today's episode is. Just so y'all know, the viewers see we're doing an octopus here, and we're doing a little cover-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you can see, and we'll use the B-roll here, there's a symbol.
What is that?
A famous symbol.
A famous...
You might recognize this symbol. Especially with these current events.
Didn't you say it looked like a birthmark?
Yeah, right? Maybe a birthmark, but
Sorry.
we confirmed that it's not a birthmark, right?
No, it's not.
My birthmark looks like a random island in the Caribbean.
Birthmark? You had a birthmark?
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I don't even think I can see it anymore. Do you have one?
I have some, but they kind of moved around. They're like real small, you know, like I guess like moles in a way, but they're more like real faint moles.
Okay. You know, I know this is from one thing to another, but this is a conspiracy theory. Did you know that if we have this mole, I don't know if you guys can see it right here. That mole, can you see it?
You can point to
This one right here?
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
right there. Supposedly, most of us male have it.
Yeah.
And we're supposedly made out of clones or some shit like that.
I
Like
don't have one.
that's
No,
the
you
fucking...
do. I think it's on this side.
All
I mean, I have
moles
this one up
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
see,
I guess that
that's
counts.
what I'm saying. Sometimes it moves. So look,
But it's
Mine's been here
always
forever.
on the
mine's here
form.
in the flat in the rows. Look right here.
Yeah, we went around it. I
There you go.
remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. You see.
But so it's crazy because they were saying that also it's like a vaccine too. That it could have been a vaccine from a specific vaccine.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Let's
right.
check that out.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
gonna be a deep search.
Yeah, because
But is it like where it's placed? What made you
Supposedly,
the clone? Yeah.
supposedly,
And where's
you
this
know.
said? Mainly on the forearm.
mainly on the
inner?
form, and most males have this same mole.
Because
on
yours
the-
is
on
real
the-
faint too.
Yeah,
right?
it's very
Yeah.
faint. It's not like big time, like you know how like yours.
Yeah, 'cause
it's-
mine's a
it's
bigger
like right
mole,
there.
yeah.
Look.
And mine
It's
is
called
very
they
faint.
call it the millennial mole.
There you go. You
Oh.
see?
Or wrist
Or
freckle.
wrist freckle.
Yeah, yours looks more like a freckle.
It's a term used on social media to describe a small, often brown spot that many people, especially millennials, seem to have on their left wrist or forearm.
Oh,
Well,
that.
this is my right.
Oh yeah, you have anything on the left?
Maybe.
These are most likely just harmless moles, freckles, or other common skin variations. See, I heard something else.
Oh wait, look, I have one right there. You see it?
This one?
That one. It looks kind of like a freckle.
Yeah, it could be,
There's
dude.
a mole right here.
I said that's the mole.
Yeah.
So it is interesting, though. It is interesting because I heard that before.
I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't.
But you
tell
have it on
anymore.
you have it on your right.
But it says the left.
Yeah, but you know maybe the nurse was confused.
If we're gonna go with the clone situation,
right.
they're
Hey.
consistent.
Well,
dude.
maybe I don't know. Maybe we turn the other way.
Maybe, But I'm gonna call bullshit on this one.
We'll
Not
You know,
every
left or
conspiracy is true.
That's weird. That's fucking weird. I don't know. What if? It's like
What
the
if?
What if? You know, like
Yeah.
what if we are being experimented?
So I think we are. There's like 5 molds of humans, and even like based off of body type too. But you can be bigger, smaller, and then also like facial, like.
Well, they have the 3 body types, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what their names are, but yeah, go ahead, continue.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like there's that type of mold or clone where we have like if the same people had the same like body structure, but they all turned around, it'd be hard to figure out who's who.
I get what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know about cloning, man. That's like on some Neo 8.
It's for real. It's fucking.
Yeah, because I mean that's gotta
Matrix shit.
That's
Yeah.
advanced technology, right? Like super advanced.
Well, the Matrix
Maybe
is
yeah.
like little
Incubators.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be that.
Yeah.
If you're a clone, there
has to
can't
come
be
from
any
an
other
embryo,
way.
Right.
Yeah.
No womb. No.
No
other way.
big
So
cow spitting them out.
That kind of like debunks the like people
Unreal
now,
people.
people being cloned now. It's like, oh, how we got Kanye one day, and then 3 months later we have a new Kanye.
Right.
It doesn't
Well,
work.
that's another thing. Like, why do we have so many doppelgangers? You know, like doppelgangers, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call them. Like,
Yeah.
it's so. Everyone
That's
has
a real
one.
thing.
Everyone has one, and supposedly we all have like at least 8 per person.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people here.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like those body types are limited to 4 to 5, 3 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think your face structure too. It's like a song. It's
Mm-hmm.
like every song can't be like a
Right.
sound effect you've never
Well,
heard.
I think there are like a certain amount of chords that
In every
most
song.
songs have. Like the majority of the songs use, and they just play it differently, which makes sense. Like drum patterns. How many drum patterns can you have?
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, you just had a little variation
Yeah.
of it at some random spot, and same with us. Like even your doppelganger or ganger, what is it?
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger. Even that thing might have a different eyebrow or a,
Right.
But I feel
Right.
like I notice that in a lot of people, right? Like I'll see similarities that like somebody obviously that I have to know well, that I've seen a lot, experienced a lot, and then later in life, like, oh, he kind of reminds me of this person. I don't know, facial features, like
Right.
eyebrows. It's very similar, but it's not like exactly the same,
Right.
you know. So it's
That's me and my wife like to watch movies, and then we'll see people like, oh, that looks like so and so, or that looks like this singer. Because the more we do that, the more I realize, like, man, like we can find everyone's little
Right. Mold.
well, we are the same.
doppelganger,
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 Doppelganger, doppelganger.
I can't get it.
Coming back to birthmarks, clearly not a birthmark. You know, Bird told me we would have an interesting episode, but I'm gonna be filled in.
So let's just you're good. Let's explain the story, man. Why do you have a fucking swastika etched on your arm?
yeah, carved into your arm, from what it
Carved,
looks like.
etched.
Well, I was having this conversation. We were drunk with my sister, and it was during Mother's Day, and you know everything about the news with Elon Musk, and they were telling me about, oh, you know, he was doing the.
From the heart.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I told him, I was like, it clearly looked like he said, my heart to you, my heart to you,
Yeah.
my heart to you.
And
my
I mean,
heart to
he's
you."
a little like he seemed overexcited
Right.
because he threw it.
Right.
He was like, yeah.
Yeah. But you saw him also go,
But-
oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
exactly.
it's
You
here.
know, like an anime character. you know?
Clearly, right? I mean, obviously it did give the impression of something else, but that wasn't my first. And I didn't condemn them for that, or
Right.
like what do you call it? Like just
Yeah,
boom.
condemn him.
Right. You know. But,
Okay.
And you know, my sister was like, just over here. She came over to this side of my arm and she started kind of carving away. And I looked at her and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
When you say carving, what was she using?
She was using a piece of fork. Like
piece of fork?
A spork, you know, like
Oh,
one of those plastic,
shit.
plastic
Okay.
forks.
Oh,
A plastic
shit.
fork. I guess I had broken. You know, we all had like a little cookout, and she was using that.
Was it
Yeah.
used?
Like,
Or was it a new
so,
one?
You know, I don't even know. I just saw
Sorry,
when she was
tattooer
using
me.
it.
The tattooer in me.
It was probably
Was it
used.
hygienic?
No,
No?
probably
Alright.
not, dude. Maybe there was alcohol on the table. Maybe that's
Yeah.
hygienic enough to disinfect it. I don't know.
y'all were definitely bleeding enough.
But
But you didn't feel it. You didn't feel.
I
her-
felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. She
Yeah.
was there. She was sitting there, but since she had her shoulder towards me, I couldn't see like, hey, what the fuck, you know, because she had my arm kind of pinned down, And she's like, I'm doing a smiley face. I didn't think anything of it. I kept going with the conversation, whatever. Fucking, an hour passes by. I was like, fuck, this shit hurts. I looked at my arm and I see the welt. It wasn't cut. It was like not bleeding or anything. It was just the welt.
Mm-hmm.
And I started looking at it. I was like, oh, this bitch. I looked at her. I was like, what the fuck was this for? You know? Well, you go for Elon Musk. You must be a Nazi. I was like, oh my God. All right, whatever, dude.
Damn, that's
whatever.
It's a heavy.
So, you know, it started scabbing. And I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't going to scar.
Right.
Well, it's been since Mother's Day. And I mean,
It's there, yeah.
Was there not a pen around or a marker?
I mean,
you don't want that
So-
because what she really did was she scarred the skin, the top
No,
layer
for
enough to
sure.
where it made the
But
mark.
I mean, what I'm getting at, and what I was meaning by saying that is that she seemed very upset.
oh, well.
Maybe a little too upset.
It's not that.
That's aggressive,
'cause
man.
She's aggressive, but I wouldn't say too upset. I just feel like she has a fucked up sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I love her. You know, it's because even she told me herself, she's like, I didn't think it was going to scar up. I didn't think it was going to fucking... You know, it was a sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
like,
was a sport.
it
Yeah.
was a sport. You
Yeah,
know, so...
not a tattoo machine.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
maybe
but,
the bacteria.
The
Yeah.
frijoles. The frijoles.
That's actually a
That's what it
tattoo.
was. That's the infection. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, dude.
okay.
Next zombie apocalypse, it was me.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's scarred up, and you know she feels bad. You know, currently she doesn't have a job, so she can't tell me, "Oh, here, I'll
Right.
give you this." But one of these days,
I
you
mean,
know,
I
I'll ask her
can-
for a favor.
I can understand that because I have siblings and me and my brothers were mean to each other.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed like she was playing a joke on you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah, she was.
is that kind of the vibe, right?
She was.
Yeah, but me and my brothers would intentionally just to get each other in trouble, sabotage.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sabotaged without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? And
right.
I don't blame her. You know, it was very lighthearted. She's very
Mhm.
lighthearted. We love each other. You know, I don't see why she would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it was just one of those things when a joke went too far. It got turned into a scar, you know, and now I'm getting this tattoo. But I really do appreciate you helping me out, you know, because
Of course, man.
another person would have seen it and be like, fuck you, Nazi, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
I
no, for
know.
real,
Like,
for real.
you
As
know,
on a
like-
serious note.
or they would have probably shit on my arm or some shit,
Yeah.
you know what
Yep.
I mean? Or I really do appreciate it.
No,
Thank
man.
you, man.
Of
Thank
course.
you, guys.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
I think that's you're welcome, by the way, and
Yeah.
hopefully you thank me when the tattoo's done. But in all seriousness, the whole situation you had, I don't think would have ever came up if we weren't in a situation where we're in the world today where you can't even have a joke or an opinion
Right.
without somebody thinking the extreme opposite.
Exactly.
Or just like immediate judging of that. Like
Right.
if I would have seen you that, oh, now you changed your mind, or you want to cover it up, like, you know,
Right,
like just
exactly.
the immediate negativity, I guess.
Exactly.
It doesn't,
Going to
exactly.
that.
And
Yeah.
off of something that should just be so, you like that guy, man? No, why?
Or
You're
just hear him
stupid. You
out,
shouldn't
yeah,
like Elon.
right.
Okay, cool. And then you move on, but
Mhm.
just that initial reaction, be like, oh, this is going to be funny because this is what everybody feels like,
Right.
who disagrees with Elon.
Right.
And I'm one of those people that I've never really trusted Elon.
Mm-hmm.
But
We've said it.
again, yeah, I've said it since episode 1. But when somebody does something right, you have to
Acknowledge it.
acknowledge
Yeah,
it,
acknowledge
whether
it,
you like them or not. And I
Right.
think we're in that state of community where people are just like, oh, you're wrong because the people who think like me on my algorithm,
Right.
they think you're the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because you're the worst, I'm gonna act the worst to you, and it's okay. And that's
What do you call that? Like there's a word for that, right? Or there's an act. That's an act. I mean, it's obviously some kind of slender, but what would you say?
like acting out.
Like
there's a-
you just one-sided, right? Because I mean, it's like brainwashed is a little too broad, but it's kind of like when you're like, I won't. So say, all right, perfect example. I have some people that are posting stuff that are against the Republican or the Trump administration, right? So I look it up. I'm like, okay, what if this is real, right?
Right.
I do my research. A lot of the time I come up short or don't really find anything, or it's from mainstream media, right? We already know we can't trust mainstream media.
Right. Right.
So
if you care about the truth.
right,
Yeah,
if you
you
care about the
don't-
truth,
If you don't, then
yeah.
Keep
we're
watching.
talking about you.
Right,
Just so you know.
right.
Watch
Because
it.
that's not where you're gonna find the truth. But I wonder, my question is, and you can answer if you're seeing this, are you researching some of the stuff that we talk about, that we post, right? Because it's kind of like, okay, I'm okay with being wrong, dude. If I need to discover something and I'm missing something, I would like to be
Informed.
a light shine on that and informed on that, right?
Right.
So that's just kind of where we're at,
Right.
you know? And so I feel like that one-sidedness is kind of like, no, they said this, so this is it. I believe it, and it's law.
Right.
That's
Right.
dangerous.
Yeah,
That's
that is
very
dangerous. It can become very dangerous, and it can brainwash a lot of people to do, especially young people.
Yeah.
Especially the young kids. The young kids are the
Misleading.
victims.
Yeah.
And it's very misleading towards them. You know, that's why you got your kids over here saying, "Oh, Dad, you know, I'm a boy, but I feel like I'm a girl."
Yes.
You know, and or you know, vice versa.
Because they look
And-
for us for guidance.
Exactly.
And if we're not guiding them or steering them right, then you know they make their own decisions.
Exactly. So.
Well, I don't know. It's a weird world, and I just wish we could just listen a little more and like shut up a little more.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I told myself today. Sometimes I just need to not. You know, like when I'm at the podcast, I should speak my mind and make sure that it's coming from the heart and not emotional, right? Like.
Correct.
I mean, I guess it's still emotional to a certain extent, but not like I can't control my emotions, so I just say the first thing that comes to my mind, right? Like,
Exactly.
and then outside of the podcast, be calm, be chill, like be loving, because that's what we want to encourage.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
No, yeah. The whole point is to like bring peace, not more division, and that's kind of the other point we always try to bring up is like, if you would realize the people that are in power appreciate when we're arguing about medial stuff, like stuff that's not that important. Obviously, it affects groups, but you always have to look at the grand scheme of things and the majority. Like if 70% of the people this benefits, there are going to be 30% that just don't appreciate that benefit because you're just not part of that majority.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to realize you can't lead a whole nation of diverse people by a 30% margin or a 20% margin or a 1% margin, because some of these groups only represent 1% of the population, and yet they're driving the whole narrative. And then we're considered counterculture if we just say like, oh, I don't think I agree with boys are girls and girls are boys. And you can kind of flip-flop.
Right.
And that should be my right to, because 99% of the people swing that way, if you want to put it that way.
Well, but then what is the problem again? The problem is that mainstream media, people think that these people aren't capable of lying to you.
Well, social media too.
Social media as well, because even
Probably more.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's everything. Everything that is visible and to our reach is controlled and manipulated, right? And strategically planned, or what do you call it?
Planned,
like
placed,
programs, like how it's going to be delivered. You know, there's like an agenda for 30 years from now, 10 years from now.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
And I think throughout the ages, we've been structured in their eyes, you know, like what's right for them or what benefits them more.
Right.
So we're programmed, like obey.
Right.
If we tell you this is what's happening, believe that this is what's happening.
And I don't think it's a top-down group, like where there's like the general. I think there's the generals, right, or the whoever sits at the big round table. But I think from there, you just like you have useful idiots everywhere who already kind of agree with you or what you're trying to do, and then you just put them in positions of power that they're able to just delegate that down the line. Yeah. And there might not but there might not be some formal hotline that they all call or email list that they're all on. It's just the ideology that they use from people. You know, you can use it to make your decisions, and then it just falls down the line. So when we talk about these conspiracies, at least for me, I don't feel like it's like all these people are in on it. I just think it's a handful of strong people and smart people, because they're fucking smart, who kind of just dictate these things, and it just falls down, and then it gets us to fight each other.
Yep.
And to me, that's where the biggest like moral dilemma for society, for the regular middle class, for the regular Mexican, Salvadoran, white dude, black dude, Asian dude. Like there's so many other than white and black and Hispanic right now, but it's like all we want to focus on is, again, what makes us fucking. No, dude, you're wrong.
You know what's interesting? The other day I asked ChatGPT how I could make a statement about like not using culture or like I guess your background, like your race,
Mm-hmm.
right? And dude, it immediately was like, oh, you can't. The statement you made is like you're asking people to separate themselves from their pride and their culture, right? So which makes sense. I totally get it, right? Because it's like I'm Mexican, right? I'm like, and I'm proud to be Mexican, bro. But I'm not gonna go to an extreme or like try to bring like to me it doesn't even make sense of really what's going on. Right. But it's like if we're in America and we're protesting against American rules or laws that we don't like, we should protest as Americans, right? That's just my understanding. Like I could be called racist, I could be called wrong, whatever. I'm okay with that, right? But also like prove me wrong, you know?
Exactly.
But it's like my statement really was to say like we're humankind. Like yes, we look different, and yes, we come from different parts of the world, but we shouldn't use that as it shouldn't be weaponized. And I think we're not the ones that weaponize it. It's those people that can say, hey, look, ringing this bell, because they know that if we're talking about Hispanics, we're gonna piss off the other races. Right. If we're talking about blacks, we're gonna piss off the other races and the other races. So that's what? Division.
Right.
Manipulation.
Manipulation, division.
And there's a reason for that. Why do they want to separate it?
There's statistics, and you can look it up. See if you can look it up where they started to use the word racism more, transgenderism more, social justice more, and I think it's around the 2012 era. And Media Research, it's this company who pretty much pulls off statistics off of like who's left-leaning, who's right-leaning, who's centered.
So you said what? Statistics about using racism?
Yeah, racism, social justice.
Statistics? Social, yeah.
Well, while you search that, and we'll put up the statistics because I've seen it at 3 different spots, but those words are words that they counted being used in media or in the news. So these words like social justice, racism, there's a huge spike in the early 2012 to 2013.
It says 2013 here.
Okay. So what that tells me is they're creating a culture war to get us riled up around each other. Because this was also the time when like leftists were against Wall Street and all the money they were stealing in Wall Street, and then the right was had the Tea Party where they were mad about the banks, you know, like bailing out the banks and stuff. So it was like natural orders of the left and the right that were like going up against big government naturally, and then they drop all these on us to stop us from thinking about what they've been doing, all their finance shit, and get us to start hating each other about, oh, well, I'm gay, you're against gay people. It's like, no, I don't give a fuck if you're gay. Like, be gay. Like, you're my friend still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's an experiment, dude. Like, they've spent decades on finding out how we can fight each other, how we can keep their attention on us and not them was really.
Bro,
doing
it's like Trading Places. You see,
nah.
you've never seen Trading Places?
Is it a show? Oh, the movie.
Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, 80s.
Oh, yes. He's
Okay,
like a poor person.
So basically, it's two rich. Actually, they're stock. They're traders, and they're super rich, and they bet each other. They're brothers. They bet each other that one can't make one of their top agents go poor. And then that they can't, the other one would say, no, well, I can get a poor man and make him rich. Okay. And so they make the bet that, you know, all right, let's see who does better. Right. So obviously the guy who thought the white guy that was going to go poor, he thought he was still going to get on his feet and, you know, do well, even though he lost everything. And vice versa, the other guy that pulled up Eddie Murphy from the streets, he was betting that he can turn him into a money-making machine, and they're just like, no, like they're just who they are. They're gonna go back to, you know, factory default, and it's pretty much a social experiment on these two, and they bet each other, you know, $1 who's gonna, and they just ruin these two guys' lives.
Right. I don't remember. I've watched it, but I don't remember it firmly. But I mean, as you're saying it, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Yeah, it's a good movie though.
It's a classic. It has to be on everybody's watch list. Trading Places. Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled it up. Look,
but it is just but it's a social experiment. But that's kind of the point in that 2012 era is like where we can see them like manipulating us. And saying, watch, let's watch them scary.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch that. I have to check it out for sure.
Oh man, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Well, that's another thing. There's a lot of signs in the movies and shows and all that like give us signs that there is like a fucked up, corrupt system that we have in the United States.
Yeah.
You know, it could be everywhere too. Who knows?
I think
Not
it's
just here.
everywhere. It's not
Yeah.
just the United States, but I think the
Yeah.
goal is to get rid of the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
absolutely,
I
yeah.
saved the video where I should have had it ready, but I'm sure I could put it up. It was this German television news company in LA recording people, right? And like this guy just happened to walk up while they were talking to this Hispanic dude, and he was like, "We're protesting, you know, we're all good, we're all workers, we're all blah blah blah." And he was saying positive stuff, so they like stopped the recording. They were just like, "All right, go to somebody else." But then he followed them, and he was like, "Hey, what was that all about?" He's like, "They're a German company in a German news network, and they were trying to get all the hate. They were trying to get me to say like hateful stuff and blah 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 blah." So then he goes and talks to the company to the Germans, and the lady says, she's like, "Yeah, we're trying to show Germany that Trump is attacking the city of Los Angeles."
Huh.
Simple as that, dude. And then like the cameraman kind of turns back and looks at her like, "Don't say that shit." And then the dude's like, he just walks away. I mean, it's this has been happening, bro. This
She
is
didn't
not
get an
real.
emo to do that.
Mhm.
She's just part of that same ideology. Like, yeah, he's the worst. We got to get rid of him. And it's almost like you get like a pass because it's you trying to kill Hitler.
Right.
That's
Right.
So like you're doing the earth a greater
it's
good.
misinformation and disinformation. You know,
It's
all
all
over
that,
again.
man.
A lot of that.
And
Yeah.
and it is brainwashing. I don't care. You have to call it what it is. You can't be nice to someone
is
you want to
brainwashing,
help.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
But again, I mean, so what are your thoughts on like, this whole riot things? You know,
To
like,
be honest with you, like
because there's a difference between protesting and rioting.
rioting, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, you can protest, but do it in peace. You know, do it in peace. There's no need for vandalism. There's no need for all this hate.
It's in our Constitution.
Yeah.
Like you can, if something is happening that is wrong,
Mhm.
you can protest against
Right.
it, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like we have every right. But I don't condone the people doing all the violence and all the hurting and, you know, just causing all this havoc, you know, in the city that just makes everything just makes us look bad, you know, us Latinos, you know,
Right.
we look bad like, oh, look at them. They like to vandalize. They like to wreck shit, you know, they like to do this,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So like,
Keep 'em out.
what better way to ask to let us stay by
Right, you know.
Destroying.
shitting
by
on your
shitting,
walls.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, why the fuck do we want to wreck the country that we want to stay in?
Mhm.
And
has given us everything?
right,
And whether it's good or bad is what we have.
right, exactly.
Whether
So,
you ask for permission or not.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
My analogy is like, what if you snuck into the movie theater
Mm-hmm.
and you watched a movie and you were about to watch another movie and then you got caught and they kick you out?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you supposed to just like, no, fuck no, I'm already here. This is
Yeah.
my movie theater.
No.
I have the right to watch this movie. Or do you have to be like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right, you got me.
Yeah. Like,
Hey.
fuck.
My bad, dog.
do it again.
no one
Next
needs
time,
that.
I'll do it
Popcorn's
again.
good though. You know, like but it has to be something as that simple. And then obviously it gets fucked up when people have made a life here
Mhm.
without doing what was necessary when you were here. Because I know people that have been here for 20 years and did nothing to get their papers done.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then now they're all sweating bullets.
That's true.
How's that Trump's fault?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
shame on
exactly.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
should
what
have
I'm
gotten
saying.
your shit
Yeah.
together.
Like 20 years, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
10 years, 15 years. There's
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah,
you know.
At least like start. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
That's what I mean. You haven't even filled out a paper.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, to me, dude, like, it's kind of like, look, whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not, whether y'all like it or not, there are laws against immigration. Whether
Right.
it's appropriate, whether it's wrong, I'm a firm believer that we are human and the whole world is our land. I do believe that. But the solid, concrete fact is that there are laws, dude. Not that I like them. I don't like the law. But whether we agree with the laws or disagree with the laws, they're there.
They're
We
on
have
the
to
books.
respect them.
Yeah.
We have to
We have to
respect them, bro.
respect them.
And it's just kind of like, I mean, if you're a parent, your children have laws. You know, you're the law, and your children have regulations,
Right.
right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing everywhere. You know, so it's kind of like, again, I always revert to the emotional. They get these people rowdy by emotions, their passion. So then they think that they're standing up for something, right? But now this stuff is coming out. Like, who's funding the no kings? You know, why
These
are we
riots.
calling Trump a king? Is he a king?
Yeah. No,
As
he's
Republicans or as people that like Trump, I've never called him a king.
He's not. I mean,
But
neither.
you know,
No.
Me neither.
but so it's like you
I've never called anyone a king.
Right.
Yeah, me either.
So now you're say you hate the man, but you praise him as a king by naming the movement "No Kings."
Yeah, it's stupid.
So it's like
stupid,
it's like we've seen this in the past.
Right.
We've seen this like events
lived it
happen and
before,
movements
yeah.
happen, and it's like where have they gone? And I've always seen it to end in the same dead end: division,
Yep.
divide and conquer.
Division has a lot to do with it, and that's where we cannot understand that concept because, like, if you really think about it, you know, if you were to cut my arms, we all bleed the same fucking color. You know what I mean? Like, we're all human, dude. We just have a different tone of melatonin.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
that's
So
all it is.
It's like we're from different regions, different sides of the planet. You know, I don't
So
know,
what?
dude.
So what?
We're the same fucking
Yeah.
person. Yeah. Talk to me when it's a fucking alien species. You know, then we could be like, all right, hell yeah, you know, you're on my side.
But
You
dude,
know?
I think like it would take that for us to come back together
Right.
and unite.
Right. Yeah.
That's bad. That's pathetic.
It's
you know?
bad.
And then the scary thing is because I read and look at these CIA documents, there's documents on the books that show that they have ideas to do an alien invasion and hoax it
What?
to gain power.
What?
With
Yes.
Project Bluebeam, dude.
Project Bluebeam.
Have you ever heard of that?
Crazy. No.
So this is a thing that started a long time ago,
This
dude.
is old,
Really?
but I'm the crazy one. I don't know, man.
I believe you.
I just
Well,
I
the
just
thing
wish
is
people
that
wouldn't get so emotional.
it's believable,
Yeah.
right? It's believable.
Right.
But not only because it sounds believable, believe it. Dig, bro.
Yeah,
Dig is
yeah.
all there.
And if you don't want to dig, don't write it off.
Right.
Because what if the possibility is you're wrong? Do you want to get caught with your pants down?
Exactly.
I mean, some do, but you remember the video we watched of the Google CEO of the ex Google CEO of AI, where he was saying is using ChatGPT or GPT.
GPT.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I've been fucking up doppelganger and
Nary's been getting corrected me every time I say it.
what he's saying is, and this is what I've always felt like, you're falling to the designers of these programs and their ideologies, and they make sure prompts flow still a certain direction and idea.
Yep.
And so when you look up things that might be more conspiratorial, it's going to throw you off the scent because they don't want you to look up, what they're doing.
Right.
That's true.
But look, this is an official document. Freedom of Information Act reading room. So basically, we will put this up on the screen. But Project Bluebeam is a massive hologram projector that can be really set off from anywhere, and you don't see no light beams.
laser or...
It's just there.
That's fucking...
Dude, they've tested it. Like they there's videos of it. Like I think China or Japan of them did like two samurais fighting each other, like two giants.
so
It looked badass, dude.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was a project. It was like one of them was blue, one of them was green. You know,
Right,
it was like
right.
obvious.
Okay.
But they're my theory, right? And this is again just me saying this, but there's others that believe this. Is that they're gonna either try to blue beam the second coming of Christ or an alien invasion?
I could see
Because
the second
now
coming.
we saw it in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Remember that where they're using the drones to create images?
Oh no shit! I didn't see that either.
Dude.
I'm a hermit, dude. I'm a fucking hermit. I just
see.
know just random shit.
Look. It's unbelievable, right? Because it's like what's his name? I can't remember the name of the villain.
The one with the
Magneto? Not Magneto.
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Birdie knows.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tattoo.
So basically, they project.
How you feeling, by the way? Man?
I feel
Look.
good, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, thanks,
I
man.
kind of just sneak attacked you, man.
Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. You're good.
Basically, look, this is all projected by drones. Right? So the drones have holographic abilities. See? And they're just making that cloud. That cloud's not really there.
Oh, no shit.
But you know how we've said before, movies
Uh-huh.
tell us.
Tell
the
they give us
story.
hints, man.
Yeah.
They give us hints. Like, if this is the kind of technology we're thinking about, what makes you think we're not doing it already? You know what I mean? Like,
And that's civilian technology there.
yeah.
That doesn't count for military technology that's way advanced.
Okay. And I'm assuming that whatever outcome they get with these with these drones is the outcome of us humans, reacting the way we react by seeing perception. Like the perception that we see, like if we see something like that, for example, that cloud, we're all gonna fucking book it. We're all gonna get out of our cars and start
We'll
fucking
be
run one
screaming,
direction.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna be panicking like a bitch.
Right.
And that's all just brainwash and
It's manipulation, bro.
Manipulation,
It's
there you
complete
go.
manipulation and abuse of power.
right.
Because it's like, okay, that's great. It's
Right.
awesome, but why why weaponize it?
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, to control us.
Yeah, to scare us,
fucking
to keep us
control-
in
yeah,
fear,
yeah,
to keep us
exactly.
obeying.
Keep us
Keep
in
us
line.
obeying.
Yeah,
keep us in line.
Keep us
That's
on
what
check.
it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. I could see the second coming though, being like
But
that.
also, think about it. Okay, oh my God, there's an alien invasion. All of a sudden, the Air Force defeats the aliens.
Yeah.
Now we can trust the government
yeah,
again.
Yeah, like yay.
Well,
So,
the
They
point
play
I
both
think
parts.
the point is for us to do like a oh look we have such a powerful enemy, we need to give the government more power, and that's the whole play.
That's the. Oh, God. But I mean, okay. Let's like pump the brakes, right? Obviously, we can't defeat the machine. We can't go against. We don't have the technology, the weapons, the tools, nor do we really want to, right? But let's go back to the basics. Like, man, the government is supposed to work for the people, and this is kind of what we talk about in the Ruffled Feathers podcast. Like, we try to bring the people back together into the same like-minded, like, what do you call it? Like, same way of thinking.
Wavelength,
Which,
something.
yeah, but which is what? To move in the right direction, to move forward together,
Right.
to grow together, to make our food better, not poisonous.
Be more healthy,
Exactly.
physically, mentally, in all aspects, in the community, with the people around you, not worrying so much about your favorite TikToker. But I mean, obviously, it helps to get away,
Right.
and it makes a living for a lot of people. So to me, it's not all bad.
Right.
But
Don't glorify it.
Yeah,
know?
don't glorify it. That's the thing right there. Like, there's people that are out there doing some dumb shit for likes. For example, like, I don't know, like the whole pranking on.
oh,
the
dude,
prank.
I cannot stand
what?
that.
What?
Bro,
All the
like,
pranking.
Yeah.
All the pranking.
I don't like that. It
prank-
gives me anxiety watching
Right,
those,
yeah,
dude.
same here. Like, sometimes I just wish it was me, the one that they were pranking, so I could slap the shit out of them. Because it's so unjust, you know what I mean?
It
Like,
is.
it's so, they pick on, like, elderly people. They, like, start doing some dumb shit. And I'm just like, no,
It's just not cool, man.
It's not cool, man. No, not
It's
at
like
all.
there's some pranks that are I guess somewhat acceptable,
Right.
right? Like innocent pranks, something that's not really gonna hurt somebody or outrage somebody.
Correct.
When you
yeah.
get to that point where you're like pissing them off or insulting them,
Right,
or even
right.
almost hurting them,
Right.
then
yeah.
that's more than a
That's-
prank.
That's
Yeah, because there's a guy that drops boxes on people.
Yeah, they
right?
throw shit on the other side of the aisle. Yeah. And then like, well, but there's all kinds of ones.
Yeah.
There's the
And
dudes that go into to gangsters in the hood and act like they want
I
to.
seen those, yeah.
And then when it gets time to get down, I'm recording, bro. It's a prank. I'm recording. Like that's supposed to make it okay,
yeah,
bro?
no, dude.
You just crossed the line.
Like, there was this, I don't know how it went down. I'm butchering the story, but I think it was somewhere in the mall. They were in line, and one of the guys was pranking this other guy. I forgot about what the fuck he was doing, but he ended up shooting him. He ended up shooting
Oh,
him in the
yeah,
stomach.
yeah, I saw that.
He got
that.
shot in the
Yeah.
stomach. And
The pranker got shot.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pranker got shot.
Yeah.
It was like a
I
like
like
an older
this
guy.
story.
And bro, he
Yeah.
was like, he didn't want no trouble, bro, and he didn't even say nothing. He was just kind of like,
yeah.
and then when the dude kept pressing him, the boy said, "Bah!"
Yeah, exactly. He didn't
It was
even say shit,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because it was on camera.
Yeah.
But
He's gonna get in
But I
trouble
mean, dude,
for
it's
it.
like when does that law change, right? Because it's like, dude, like to a certain extent that is harassment, and that is like, what if I'm a very social awkward person and I think you're gonna kill me?
right,
So
exactly. Yeah.
you know, like
you don't know who you're running into. That's the problem too. Like,
right.
you
or
don't
what
know
they're
who you're-
going through.
Or what they're going
Yeah.
through, and It's just wrong.
It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's just
So
wrong. You don't.
It's
do
because
that.
to me, the whole point is that we live in such a we're spoiled brats. These last two generations, the millennials and X or Z, and then whatever the new one started, because we haven't really had real hardships.
Yeah.
You know, our grandparents were the ones that went to war, and since then it's just been like some random people we might have known in the military that went to Iraq.
Right.
Obviously, the real fighters are there, but it wasn't.
It wasn't like we lived through it. Like we went through some
there was no
shit.
Great Depression. There was no
Vietnam.
There's no
Back
Vietnam.
in
There's no big dust storm, and you know, like obviously we've had some Hurricane Harveys and shit, but this group of classmen in modern times, they've just never had to deal with someone truly wanting to do something violent to them. So they don't know what it's like.
Well, our wars has been, you know, food, vaccines,
That's another thing,
chemicals in the air, chemicals in the water.
Right.
You know, it's been biological, right? But most of these people are open to it, and it's like, because they're not gonna put poison in us.
Right.
How could somebody put poison in us?
They're already doing it.
Bro,
They're already doing it in our food.
And it's like we're experiencing way higher numbers in autistic children.
Yeah.
You know,
That's another thing.
Yeah.
I'm all saying, like, if I'm only 33 years old, but back when I was in elementary school, middle school, we didn't know about fucking ADHD. We didn't know anything about fucking ADD and all these DDD and all.
There'd be like maybe 5 of them in the school.
Right? Yeah. We didn't know any about that, and now I think I realize I have it. No.
I think a lot of us have stuff, dude. Definitely in the spectrum.
Yeah.
But I'm okay though. I'd rather know, you know. At least I can accept myself and love me.
But to me, that's the whole play, is like make you think there's something wrong with you when you're just a little different.
Right.
Like I couldn't imagine. I don't know, just making someone like it pisses me off when people think they're helping me because I'm Hispanic and like I need their help.
Right.
Like it's a white person, like, you need any money? I'm like, I'm good. Like, what? Don't look down on me. And I don't like, even if you're different, I'm still gonna give you the same love that someone's, you know, a little more mentally, I guess, stable. But it's that whole, like, that idea that, like, oh, you know, we're all fucked up and we all have anxiety and we're all going through issues, so let's all just like be blue together. And But that's the opposite
mentality.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, because it's like, dude, you've seen people like they're like, we want immigrants because it's cheaper labor.
Right.
So, dude, if you're getting the best work, wouldn't you give a fair pay?
Right.
Because a lot of Hispanics work very hard with pride.
Yeah.
And then go home like happy as hell.
Absolutely.
You know, so why wouldn't they deserve more, bro? Like that's just my thing, you know.
Right.
Well, that's what annoys me about these little protests. Is like this is not real Hispanic culture. The way they're
That's
treating
another
it.
thing. That's another thing.
We don't fucking go and riot and get angry about things. These people have been here already for a while, and they're the ones that are just getting angry at because now they got to do something.
Right. Exactly.
No, but even if you talk to some of these people, like they don't want these people protesting in their name.
Right.
Like,
that's what I mean.
That's the confusion, bro, and the depth of this. Like these people are using this. It's surface level. It's surface level, bro. Like this shit goes way deeper.
It's true.
If you wanna fight a good fight, look deeper.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's
right?
true, because I was recently in LA. I went to go to the event for Hideo Kojima. There's this video game, Death Stranding. He did this whole like presentation. I went there and it was at the Orpheum Theater in downtown LA.
Nice.
And they were doing this whole protesting there. And yeah, sure enough, dude. Long story short, this guy, you know, driving the quads. It was like maybe 50 of them, just blocking out the streets and all that. He ended up pulling up next to us. I guess, you know, he was refueling. I saw the gasoline. And, you know, I asked him in Spanish. I was like, hey, ¿están protestando? You know, he's like, what? I'm like, are you guys protesting?
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, are you guys protesting? He was like, yeah, you know how it is. And I don't know what the fuck else he said. And
so he didn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, I went on and I said something else in Spanish. He was like, huh? And I'm like, yep, confirmed. You don't speak Spanish. Fuck.
I mean, that right there, the simplicity of that says so much.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably Cali born,
Yeah.
LA, and no speak
An American.
Sabo.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so, and I was kind of like, what the fuck, dude? Why are you protesting if you
Yeah.
don't even know how to speak Spanish, What a shame.
Well,
What a shame.
that's the other like easy argument is like none of y'all want to go to Mexico,
Right.
Right,
and it's literally right here. So,
dude, yeah,
I know.
they're so-
It's
ignorant.
frustrating.
it's so true.
so frustrating.
And if you go to LA, like certain streets of LA, you're gonna feel like you're in Mexico. You're
Yeah.
like, holy shit, I'm in Little Mexico
Yeah,
right now.
right.
I'm in Tijuana right now.
And all of that is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is okay. Like that's
Yeah.
part of the culture. Like that is
Right.
part of the Constitution too. You can
Right.
practice that.
Exactly.
But then
yeah.
when you mix those emotions and we gotta stand up and we gotta fight. Like it's happened before with other groups, you know.
Mhm.
Again,
You're
it
being
just
manipulated.
divides us, man. It
you're
just
being
divides-
manipulated.
yeah. So it's like yes, it's gonna unite you who I guess are easily fooled or misled,
Right, misled, yeah.
but it's dividing you from the mankind, from the rest of us. Like
From your soul, man, because these people eat and breathe now. Immigration, ICE,
yeah.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Like every day they're
Hate.
thinking like
Yeah,
that.
straight up,
And
straight up.
tell me one person who's gonna think like that and is gonna have a sound mind. And then, oh well, they're activists. They're doing they're fighting a good fight. This is like, well, the president of Mexico just recently put out a statement that hey, if you're unhappy in the United States, Mexico will welcome you with open arms.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. But
nobody wants to
ain't
go.
nobody leaving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like again, dude. I love my country and I'm proud to be Mexican. That's my motherland, and I'm gonna respect it and I'm gonna
Right.
be proud. But if it's gonna cost me to divide with people I love or friends or families, it's not worth it.
Right.
I'd rather be like, okay, what brings us closer together
Right.
than separates us.
Right. No, correct.
You know,
That's true.
so it's like, and nobody wants to listen to reason anymore.
Right.
Well,
And
we hope so.
it's people are stubborn, man. People are
Yeah.
very stubborn. They don't like to hear the truth. They don't like to be right. I mean, they don't like to be wrong.
Yeah.
They
That's
like
it.
to be right even though they're wrong. And
It's that
And-
word you said
and
earlier,
that's-
pride.
Yeah,
That's
but
right.
it's acceptable now. Like
Yeah.
it's okay to just blur shit out of your mouth.
yeah, no, it's true. It's becoming. There's a lot of people who are narcissists too.
Oh
Mhm.
man,
And
I think that level is rising
It's-
too.
Yes, it's bad, bro. It's really bad. Like, man, really, I can't really have just a plain conversation with somebody without telling me how fucking big your fucking paycheck is. Like, I don't care, dude. Like,
Yeah.
are you gonna pay my bills? Like, are you gonna fucking?
Right.
I don't know.
But like,
dude.
what is the purpose of that?
Right, and
Are you trying to make me feel better, or are you
Right,
trying to make
yeah,
yourself feel
exactly.
better?
Like, look at you, you're a peasant. I'm over here. I make so and so a year. Like, so
Yeah.
fucking.
They lost the
what,
moment they
dude?
said
Like,
peasant. That's
yeah,
a
yeah,
L,
yeah,
dude.
Like,
Because
I
you don't
stopped
know how
paying
happy you
attention.
are.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. And I'm just like, whatever, dude.
Oh man,
The people are not humble anymore. You know,
humility.
yeah, it's gone. Chivalry is gone.
Mhm.
Respect is gone.
Courtesy.
Courtesy is gone.
The gentleman, the woman,
Yeah,
like
all that
the
is
nice young
gone.
lady.
Yeah.
Those are all dying off too.
Femininity, dude, because that
Right.
is important. And femininity is a beautiful word,
Yeah.
and they fucking play with that left
Yeah,
and
man.
right.
Yeah.
Masculinity too.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
needed, dude.
Right,
It's what makes
exactly.
things
We've-
function.
That's how
It's
we've
true.
coexisted and gotten this far.
Exactly.
By our
Yes.
gender roles and what's necessary to move the species forward.
Mhm.
And it takes both. It plays both
Yeah.
play a big role.
Exactly. And
So-
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, if I watch a really good film and the dog dies in the film, I'm crying like a
Hell
bitch.
yeah.
I'm like,
Because
That was a
that's
good
that's
point.
true strength. Dude.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah,
that
yeah.
lies about that,
Right.
you're not
like,
strong.
are you
dude.
crying?
I'll cry, but that's because I think I cleared out my tear ducts.
Did, uh,
many years of
brothers?
ecstasy.
Oh, dude. Ah,
Two older brothers.
I need to give
Oh
you
no.
Beat it
Oh yeah,
out
well,
of
that was the that started to take the levels
No,
down.
I mean, so look, dude. Just to put it on record, dude, I am a very sensitive person. I am, and I'm okay with that.
Me too.
You know,
Right.
but I thank God that I have the grace to determine when to put them to the side,
Right.
and when to say like, okay, dude, this takes priority over this,
Right, correct.
Or like, I think every single life matters, right?
Mhm.
And every single voice can have something to say.
Right.
So it's like, that's where we need to focus on, dude. That's where we need to be like, because it's like, we do need to realize and understand that we have more similarities than
differences.
Yeah. That is the truth, absolute fact, right? Especially as Hispanics.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So
we're hopeless romantic.
Right, yeah. That's the truth. Yeah. And I mean, it's like, obviously, dude, like, in this situation, whether it's Republican, Democrat, left, right, blue, red, I don't want to be right.
Right.
That's the thing, dude.
Exactly,
like, this is not a celebration I want to taunt.
Right.
This is not a victory I want to be like, okay, because it's like, dude, we're still in the first few months.
Right.
Right.
And
I mean, I think that a president of whatever country is, again, like you said, a puppet.
Yeah.
Right. They have to obey orders.
Absolutely.
So we don't put our trust or glorify anybody to a certain extent. Right.
Question everybody.
Question everybody, but it's also like, dude, look at where the flow is going. Right. Like, if the river, sometimes men have to encourage a river to flow a certain way, right? To get to the crops, to get to the land. I don't know. But also a lot of the like indigents would settle where the water is, right? Because we need it.
Right.
Like, I mean, but you
number one
adjust to
resource.
that flow,
Right.
right? So it's like, wouldn't that be the same in where we're heading? Because it's like, the millionaires, the billionaires, the big corporations seem to be ruling the world, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're the ones that endorse most of the money to politicians, to media, social media.
They make it all happen.
Hollywood.
Yeah, they make it happen.
Yeah, like, they don't live where we live, dude. We're never gonna run into Bill Gates on the street.
Right,
At least not anymore. Not again. Because somebody ran into him and threw a pie at him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
That was like the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, but
They
think
were
about
awake
it. That
since
could have
then.
been something else. It was a
Yeah.
pie. It was a
Yeah.
little pie, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, these people probably have islands, probably have parts of the land that we can never even get there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Private security, private chef. These people live a lives that we will never. They get private jet treatment.
Yeah.
They get
Fucking Nike sends them shoes.
Yeah.
Just to
They
wear
don't
them.
even pay for shit.
They don't even pay
If
for
they
shit.
go to a
True.
restaurant, they just eat and leave.
sponsors.
So you're that rich, because it's like it happens in Saudi Arabia, you know,
Yeah.
like, I mean, all around the world, right?
Yeah.
But then there's these leaders of the world, right? We don't know who they are. We know, we have an idea of who it could be,
Right.
but we got to be careful of how we talk about that. But these people have no idea about that, right? So when you focus on surface level stuff like immigration, deportations, I hate this person so much that I'm gonna go above and beyond to show how much I hate him.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's surface level, dude. And then you're sitting here thinking you were standing up for something or fighting
Right.
for a good fight.
I call it radicalism.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, man.
That's
Like,
what it is.
That is correct, my friend.
That's radical, man. Like, what the fuck? You're being so erratic
Extremist?
today. Yeah, extremist.
Cultist.
Cultist. Yeah, man. They're trying to prove a point so bad to the point where it's putting a lot of people in danger. It's making a lot of people look bad. You know, a lot of Latinos are like, hey, we don't say that shit on the news. What the fuck? Like, stop.
Right,
you know?
right.
Don't do that.
Because we do, like, as Hispanics, we have morals.
Mhm.
We have standards, high standards and high morals, dude. And work ethics is one of them.
Right,
Yep.
Right. Yeah. It's very true. Like, I hope I don't sound racist or anything, but you're not gonna see a Latino person begging for money.
Nope.
Yeah, it's other
Maybe in
races.
LA.
Yeah, maybe in LA.
Well,
'cause
but
there's
they're probably like
abundance.
third, fourth generation,
Mhm.
you know,
Right.
American, yeah.
Right.
in the
Yeah.
system. Because sometimes they get caught in the welfare system.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
You know?
But you don't see them begging, and if you do see them under the freeway, they have roses, they have
Yes.
fruits, they have anything to sell. You know, maybe their
They got the
sister,
nicest
who
little
knows,
cart with the little
Yeah.
little roof. little roof.
But it's true, dude. It's
Exactly,
true. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I even had a deaf guy come up to me selling little crosses. He wasn't selling them. He was asking for donations.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Whatever you wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he was
donate.
like, obviously, he's like, I can't hear. But he had a note along with the thing, and he said, I am deaf, but I make
A
this.
lot of people-
Yeah,
a
you know
lot
what I
of
mean? That's
people-
respect.
I'm not gonna lie. I was scammed like that.
Oh yeah.
I was scammed like that. It was in New York. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, dude. Gave him a 20. He gave me a bracelet. And then I saw coming back, fucking in the garden. I forgot what the fuck.
Madison Square.
No, not Madison Square. The extra
Central
garden.
Park?
Central Park. There you
Central
go.
Park.
There you go. I came back after eating and all that. I ran into the motherfucker again on the cell phone. Yeah, no. Yeah. I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ah, give me my 20 back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I totally could have gotten scammed.
Yeah. But,
I think you did.
I probably did. It
I've
was
seen
right
these
here.
guys.
It was right here.
Yeah. And they make you sign?
Damn it.
No, they didn't make you sign?
No.
Okay, if they didn't make you sign, then maybe it was.
No, I mean, he seemed. I mean, obviously you could play the part, right? He
Right.
seemed like chill and whatever, and everybody was ignoring him. And at first I told him now, but then when I went to the car, I remember I had $5.
Right.
I mean, show those.
That's what's up, man.
But whatever.
Yeah,
the intentions were
Nothing's
good.
Right,
wrong
right.
with that.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
you're not
right,
gonna
right.
get hurt.
Right, exactly.
Right.
But now that I think about it, on my flight back, I was like, that list is diabolical, man, because he's probably going home like, look at all these suckers that I got today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Hey baby, check this
Look at
out.
all these dumbasses.
What does the octopus represent?
This one thing, it has two meanings, actually, because at work, I'm a very multi-use. Like, I'm on
You wear a lot of
programming.
hats?
Huh?
You wear a lot of hats?
Yeah, pretty much. I do the programming. I do the assembling. I do the wiring. We run the cable. So I've been known, to be called pulpo in Spanish.
Yeah.
Pulpo means octopus.
Yeah.
And that's my nickname that they gave me at work, pulpo, because I'm always left and right, up and down.
You got 8
doing
arms.
everything. Yeah.
You can make it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
I like that, and not only is it a nice cover up, but it also has a meaning. And then the second meaning to it is that I really like this character from Death Stranding. That I don't even know where to start with this shit, but it's a baby, and it could see ghosts, and
It's a show?
no, it's a game.
Oh, okay.
It's a game. It looks like a movie though.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's a baby and it can see ghosts.
it can see ghosts, yeah. And it gets killed because it's in a pod.
Okay.
So this BB is in a pod. This BB is being basically nurtured in this tube pod where it is, and its dead brain mother is somewhere in the facility, letting him know that this pod that you're in the stomach, you're in the womb still.
Wow.
So it's a trippy story, and then that thing itself can tell where the ghosts are, and that's basically it. What the BBs are. So, anyways, this BB in particular actually makes it out of the pod. It's 99% that if you take it out of the pod, they die or whatever. So this one grows up, and then it gets killed off during the second one, and it reincarnates to an octopus. And I was like, So I'm sorry.
It's me. No, you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay,
so,
okay, that's cool.
but that's just I'm going off by the trailer. I still haven't played it. 'Cause it still hasn't come out. It's gonna come out on the 26th of this month. But you get if you pre-order it, you get to play it on the 24th. This is not a promotion, by the way.
No, that's not one of our sponsors.
yeah.
It's all
Not a
right.
sponsor,
It's a passion of yours.
I fucking love it, dude. I'm
cool.
a big gamer.
Nice.
I love games. I'm a big nerd when it comes to that. Obviously, you played Zelda too, right?
Oh yeah.
So I grew up playing that shit. I love it. Fucking love it. That was like one of the biggest staples of my childhood. Zelda, growing up with it.
Yeah.
But that's basically what the octopus means. It's just nothing, like big, nothing like, oh, I like it here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but that's good. I mean, it means something to you, and it's a good spot. It's a
Yeah.
good place for it.
Yeah, it's gonna look wicked. We used to play Sega Genesis growing up,
Mm-hmm.
so we played a lot of Shinobi.
Okay,
Um, What else? Sonic the Hedgehog.
yeah. That's the classic one right there.
I play Earthworm Jim.
Oh yeah, Earthworm Jim.
Remember
Oh
that?
yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. It's the one with the spacesuit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's got the space.
But like, it was
gun.
always the Beethoven playing in the background.
Was it really?
The Beethoven Symphony or whatever.
Yeah, Earthworm Jim. There were a
Yeah,
lot of
sounded
games. How's the tattoo feeling so far?
It feels
man?
good, man.
A little crispy yet?
No,
Not too
yet.
bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all. I could fall asleep.
Every tentacle.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's like how it started too.
Oh, they're doing the whole playthrough?
Dude, those graphics were so badass too.
Yeah,
They
look
were,
at it.
Yeah, dude.
Look, I'm gonna have to get them tatted up. Yes.
I have a little space gun tattoo with the robot arm connected. I've been trying to get it done. Nobody wants to get it done yet.
That'll be sick.
I think what I like too about those video games is like they were fun enough, but you weren't on them that long because you got bored and
Yeah, real quick.
you
Yeah.
still were able to go do shit.
Nowadays, it's like
They're
open
intoxicating,
world.
dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
they are. It's like, fuck, 6 hours?
Yep.
I need to go outside for a little bit.
Because I started truly gaming with Halo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Halo was one of them.
We were
See?
linking up landlines.
Oh, no shit. I hear
Dude, I
it.
didn't even remember that. Yeah, after Halo, it was it Gears of War? Because Halo went for a while.
Gears of War was badass.
Yeah.
Too. That was another like good co-op game.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's when around the time that I stopped like gaming this much, you know? Like, what was it? The third Metal Gear Solid, I think, came out too, or like the
Oh,
second
yeah.
one maybe.
Okay.
That was way, yeah.
I love Metal Gear. You know the game that I was just talking to you about
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima?
Mhm.
That's the creator that made this game. So
Oh,
that's like, it's
nice.
like a
Okay, I thought
wicked
it sounded
fucking story.
familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's a wicked fucking story.
hell yeah.
But yeah, but
And it's
Metal
on,
Gear was
you
badass.
play. What do you use? What console?
PlayStation?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, PlayStation.
5?
Yeah, 5. I also play the Switch. Like I like playing Smash
Mhm.
Bros too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some Mario Kart games. Whenever I feel like feeling toxic with my friends, I'll be like,
Yeah,
"You wanna
Leo,
cry
my,
tonight?"
my girl's kid, he got the Striker, Mario Strikers.
Okay, yeah,
the
yeah,
soccer
the
one.
soccer one.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
fun,
yeah.
man. I just can't
Awesome.
play on that little console, man. I gotta have it on the TV.
That's another thing.
But we can connect it, I think, right? It has
I believe
a
so.
way to
I believe so. To play online.
cast it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just on
Oh,
the TV.
just to cast it.
Yeah.
You need to buy the dock. It's like
Yeah.
a little thing that you get, and you just place it on that shit, and it
Yeah,
has the
it'll shoot it up.
HDMI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot it up to the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just need the dock.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
the dog. It's just I think the power had to be like the specific power that came with the Switch.
Oh, really?
The power, yeah, because we tried to hook
okay,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So I don't know.
You need the dock, the HDMI, and
Yeah,
then the
the
power
power, yeah.
power strip for it. Yeah.
But yeah, video game. I mean, I play Rocket League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
my
what- that's-
friend's big time Rocket League. Yeah.
It's
You
fun,
should
dude.
get it. You should get it.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, it's playing soccer with the car. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think my brain could brain for that, man.
Dude, that's how I felt when I started. I was like, man, nah, but dude, it's freaking fun.
No
dude.
shit.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
fun. Yeah, I just got to platinum last night.
Okay. No shit. Platinum. Let's
Míralo.
go.
Yeah.
Miko's
I
happy.
was playing with Max and Luis.
Oh, yeah?
Shout
Oh, that's
out
what they were.
to the nephews.
Dude, that's an accomplishment, man.
Yeah.
I just platinumed that one game, Death Stranding, like probably a month ago, and I felt so proud. I was like
Right?
telling the most random people, "Hey, I platinumed this game." I don't
Nobody
fucking
cares.
care,
Yeah.
dude. Like, I don't fucking.
Just order your food, bro.
Right. Like, fuck.
Oh.
I'm just excited.
Just care about me. Did you? The only car game I love was Twisted Metal.
Oh, that's another good
That
one.
one was fucking.
That's another
badass.
good one.
Yeah.
They need a
Dude,
remake
this
on
guy,
that.
this guy made some figurines.
Mhm.
It was amazing, dude.
Okay.
Of all the characters. or
Yeah,
what?
of the clown. What's his name?
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet
Tooth,
Tooth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy, dude. That fool. So bad.
All the characters were cool. Mr. Grimm,
Mm-hmm.
the motorcycle dude. He had the guy with the big wheels.
Yeah,
What was it
you're
called?
right. I don't
He
know.
was a black dude with big wheels, right?
I know who you're talking about. It's been a minute for me too.
Man, because he made it out of like clay. Like first he like hardened the clay, and then he started like shaping it. Dude, I don't know if I can find the video, but it was pretty impressive. Like I
Okay.
was very like
Impressed.
in awe. Impressed, yeah. Yeah, man. What else is going on, man? What are some current events that are happening? I know there was some attack on Iran.
Oh, was it
I
really?
think that Israel attacked Iran.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
And it was after Trump had asked for weapons of mass destruction, right, to report nukes or something,
Oh shit.
and they wouldn't respond.
Oh shit.
So I don't know exactly the full story. Let's see if we can pull it.
I didn't know about that. Honestly, I haven't been on the news to be honest with you.
I usually wait for those stories to kind of like come out for a while.
Right.
The first reporting's never.
Yeah, right. It's whoever gets to it first.
Yeah, they just talk about a story, and then you had to figure out 3 days later what that actually meant.
And then you have like a narrative being tossed around that becomes, the narrative, but it's probably like the wrong narrative too.
Yeah,
It's just the headline.
Like,
The headline, yeah.
But it's also like kind of misconstructed. What is it?
Right.
Misconstrued.
Misconstrued.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's classic, That's how they play it, man.
When we fall for it, that's what's fucking. And we all do. I do too. But that's why I try to like just wait for a story to like come out or do my research before I even feel a type of way.
You know what I'm really scared about? AI. That shit's scary, dude. That shit is fucking scary. I wish I knew the application that they were using. But one of my friends called me and they were Peter Griffin. And
They called you with the Peter Griffin voice?
With the Peter Griffin voice, but he was just like, it was this application that I'm using, and I didn't ask him, but...
It was just like voiceovering everything he said?
Yes, it was done so well because it didn't sound like he was putting the microphone or the phone against the speaker or something. Like, it sounded legit, and...
Yeah, because I think those are like pretty advanced now,
right,
the voice ones.
Yeah. And basically, whatever the fuck I was saying, he would respond to it, and it would be very random. Like, I told him, like, oh, if you're really, so and so, then tell me something that I know. We did this and this and that, and this. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'm tripping.
But did you recognize the number?
I recognized who it was. Like, it was my friend's
but
number.
But it sounded like
Peter Griffin. Yeah, I was just like, I'm too high for this.
Yeah.
Like, you got me in a really good moment because I can't. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you sound just like Peter. And then he started doing other voices. He was able to do a Scooby-Doo. He was able to, like, with the whole, fucking laughing. I'm like, damn, bro, what the fuck?
That's
Which
awesome.
was really funny.
Yeah, it could be fun,
Yeah, it's fun, but...
You can see where that's going to get people, especially old people who still answer the wrong emails.
Well, dude, there was cases of, like, or I don't know if there were actual cases, but people were saying that, were calling, like, a mom and saying, hey, Mom, I'm kidnapped. You gotta send a ransom.
That's definitely happened already.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. That's no bueno.
But then, like, I think they were smart enough, and they're like, let me call and make sure. And then the daughter answers, hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, oh, where are you? At the grocery store, blah, 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 blah. And,
but
luckily.
okay,
But I'm sure some people got caught doing that shit.
Right. That's scary shit.
I mean, old folks with the video would probably never know, dude.
Right.
And they'll send the money.
Right.
We just talked about that on Sunday in our episode, and we showed my girl's brother a video, and like he didn't think nothing of it, and as soon as he was done, Bird was like, "Dude, it's AI." No. His reaction was like, "Oh shit!" He had to think about it twice.
That's fucking that's scary. That's scary. Like whenever it deceives you the first time, I'm really easy at spotting shit. Like. The dumb AI shit, I'm just like, that's AI.
Yeah.
That's AI. I'll be on Instagram just going through shit, that's AI. That's AI. But, there's sometimes when it's scary where you'll see, like, something very normal and then they start fucking doing that AI flip. They're all like,
that shit makes my stomach hurt.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Because it's twisted, bro. Like, it's demonic almost.
Yeah.
But there was one, Gus sent me one, where it was like, this guy's in a parasail. And he's like starts flipping, but then it starts to flip out of control.
Oh.
And he's about to hit the water, and as soon as he's about to hit the water, he catches it, and then goes. But bro, I was convinced it was real. I was like, oh my god! And then finally he gets back up, and then there's like a target where he's gonna land, and he lands on the target. And as soon as he lands on the target, he slips, and then a monster comes out. And I'm like, oh, they got me.
That's some nightmare shit right there.
Yeah, but bro, it was so real. It was so like, it looked like a real video.
AI,
and then the people,
AI.
It's too
scary, dude. It's fucking scary.
That I think is through Google EV3 or something, or Evo 3 or something.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's an amazing engine.
That is fucking nuts, dude. See, like that's the scary part right there. Like, what if they do like this false alarm war shit and people start going crazy and start rioting and I'm just
You can make an
kidding."
event happen that never happened.
Yeah. Exactly,
Because it's like
you know what I
if
mean?
you say somewhere in like Ireland or somewhere where it's more isolated, somebody captures a video of a alien ship landing that looks real,
Right.
and then they give us orders, you know, and like
Yeah,
now we're all
yeah.
like, "Wow, fuck, boys, it looks real." I don't know, man, but because I've always been like a very literal person. I gotta see it to believe
Same.
it, you know.
Same here.
But
Same here. It's like, oh, I saw an alien. Prove it.
yeah, let me see it.
Prove it.
Where'd he probe you?
Yeah. You got a 4K video.
Show
of
me.
it?
Show me. Bend over. I got you.
It's the whistling.
Yep.
I'm an alien too, Holmes.
You are kind of warm.
Are these rashes?
Well, people think octopuses or octopi are fucking aliens, right?
That's another thing. It's very famous in hentai.
What if these marks are fucking probe marks, dude?
Imagine.
Little
Imagine.
moles.
I got fucked.
Yeah.
They're like fucking arms.
Dude, man. It's, I don't know. The whole going back to the cloning part. Well, maybe not clones, but maybe we all got the same vaccine or.
Something like that makes more sense, but
Right.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust anything anymore.
Right,
Yeah.
same here. Did going with shots, like that topic. I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but did you guys get your vaccines?
I didn't for the COVID-19.
Yeah,
Nope.
me either.
Unvaccinated.
Me
dude.
either. Same here. What about
We are true bloods here.
you? Same. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what's up. Yeah, because I didn't believe it.
I mean, like, the fact that it was being forced.
Yeah.
Was my one and only red flag I needed.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Same here. Like, oh, you need to have it in order to keep your job. I'm like, bitch.
Yeah.
Nope.
My job is not my life.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't pay my bills. Oh wait, it does.
Wait, so
But still.
the fries weren't tempting enough to get it, dude? The free fries?
Nope. Nope. It was bad enough they were fucking me through the nose, man. Like, fuck
Right?
it. Oh shit, another COVID testing. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
They'll fucking test me
Yeah.
with Q-tip like this big, just. I'm like,
That shit sucks, dude.
poking my brain.
Like,
man.
I get it. Like, I understand that there are events or, what do you call them? Pandemics that can cause a mass, like, you know. But
Yeah.
it's like, is there? Because obviously, the Earth, like, we're supposed to endure what the Earth gives us, right? Like,
Right.
like as kids, you know, we play in the dirt. We get immune to a bunch of shit, dude.
Right.
You know.
Right. Correct.
So these things or these plagues or whatever you want to call them, like, are they natural? And then are we supposed to, like, is it like an event that's meant to happen to take us out naturally, or are they manufactured?
Nowadays,
You know?
I don't want to say it's natural. I want to say it's all.
Manufactured.
Yeah, manufactured, lab made.
Yeah.
Because
It could be. Let's just say
it could be. It could be. This
what
is
is
all
the-
allegedly.
Allegedly,
This
that's the
is
word.
all
I was gonna say,
allegedly.
yeah. Because I gotta
This
watch
is-
how I speak now.
Yeah.
But
This is all
there's a
alleged.
high possibility that it could be, right? I mean, I think so.
Right. Because if you really think about the Great Depression and the well, actually, hold on. Scratch that. Let's think about the plagues that we used to have back in the biblical times. We're talking about low hygiene, no bathing, no fucking dentists, no doctors. You know, there's
Desecrating on the floor.
yeah, you know what I
On
mean?
the street,
Exactly.
everywhere. Yeah.
No,
It's
no
bound to
trash
happen.
pickup.
Right.
Right, exactly. You know,
Rats.
and they're bound to get sick.
Yeah.
They're bound to get sick. People are bound to die.
Yeah.
And
People-
right now, if we have some sort of sickness like that, we all think that it's like a pandemic now because we combat that. That's why we take vaccines when we're kids and our elementary vaccines and all
We've
that
been
bullshit.
programmed to believe that.
Yeah. No, I fucking believe it too. Like shit. This is to make you dumb. I don't know.
It probably plays a part. I believe that it could play
Yeah.
a part. Like the metals and the chemicals.
Right, but it also brings a question. This is a stoner question to myself. Like, okay, so why in biblical times it was a lot dirtier? The plague was there, but supposedly we used to live up to 500 to 600 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like in the early Bible.
Yeah. Supposedly Moses.
Yeah,
and
some
them,
of them were like in the 800s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So or maybe the years were counted differently back there. And, you know, like maybe 1 year used to be 10 years.
Right,
back
right,
then.
and that's the logical explanation, right?
Right. Makes sense, but if it is going back to what if the years are going normal, but people were living up to 600 years like fucking elves, maybe it's because there's like vaccines out there that are killing us. We can't see it, but slowly we're dying. That's why we have cancer. That's why we have, I don't know, blindness and deafness. You know, even though there was deafness back then too, I don't know, I wasn't there, but you know, just hypothetically speaking.
No, I think that I would agree to that being a natural cause, right?
Right.
Like blindness and stuff like that. People could start losing their sight,
Absolutely.
But I'm a big conspiracy theorist, dude. So I do believe that some of the early vaccines we get could be long-term causes of something. You know?
Right.
Like,
correct.
Like and obviously, like, you know, through genes we are strengthened by certain areas of whatever our ancestor passed down, right? So maybe some of us have weaker immune systems or weaker reactions or weaker lymph nodes and stuff and then those chemicals could probably hunt in your body,
right?
And to see how they can take you down. And even if it's a slow drip, right? We talk about the slow drip, Bird. You know, if you're in a basement and you have a little drip, that drip in 5 years,
it's gonna cost.
it's a flood.
It's gonna cost.
You know, so maybe, you know, we all might have it, but maybe our system fights it better by the grace of God. You know?
Yeah.
And so others don't have that strength, or maybe it was too much, or I don't know. And again, what is the word you said? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, there's a statistic though that says in this modern time, we are the like safest we've ever been in terms of like the amount of murders, people dying in war. So there's an argument to that point, but I would say that's because of the advancement of modern medicine. You know, like, because I think there is still good like medical procedures that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that doesn't mean I group in vaccines into that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I think it's like, oh yeah, we learned how to fix a broken leg way better than just walk it off, homie.
Here's the splint, walk it off.
Yeah, or using the leeches, but you know, like there's all types of new advancements that are good, because that's why I think people tend to think like people like us who don't believe in the vaccine think we don't believe in any type of medicine.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we just okay, y'all don't want to admit where the virus came from. Check. You don't want to admit where it came from. So we don't know, right? But we have a vaccine for this virus now that we just recently got months ago, right? Okay, so we just got it, but we don't know where it came from, but we got a vaccine for it. All right. So it's been able to been tested on the virus we just found out about, and it's healthy, right?
Right.
Yes. Wait.
Like, exactly. Like.
And this is coming from a Trump supporter, where Trump fast forwarded the vaccines and gave us the vaccines.
Yeah.
So I'm not changing who I am just because of who's in power, but maybe you are. And people don't want to fucking just think outside that box, and it's just wild to me, bro.
Right. Exactly.
Why?
He needs to get a color.
Yeah, you're good. Oh.
Got a little action, the papa.
Yeah, the butthole.
Baby, come up.
Running start. Yeah, the whole vaccine thing is just wild. Like I know clients who got the vaccine or friends of clients, and they had reactions from it, and they still got the like boosters and shit. And it's just like, man.
That's the boosters. That's what fucks me up.
But yeah, the vaccine also goes into the medical field, because the medical people or the people that work in the medical field who just trust everything that comes down the line as this is the science, and a lot of them really that I've been finding out don't do their own research on even what they're getting as the new cure for this or that. Right. They just get the orders like, this is what works now, so this is what we're using, and then you just fall in line.
Yeah.
And that's a problem to me, because even as a tattoo artist, there's this new aftercare where you just stick on the plastic over, and then You don't take it off for a few days, and just in my mind, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you want to clean the tattoo, make sure bacteria is off, let it breathe, because it's just a surface level scrape. You know, it's just not a third-degree burn to where it's like your skin's gonna peel off if you touch it.
Yeah.
But that's just me naturally questioning what the authority of the industry is saying to use now, and
Oh, they're telling y'all have to use those?
No. But that's what they're saying. Like, this is the better than
Than
just
your typical just
trying
your
to
wrap
aftercare.
Trying to make it easy and convenient,
Right.
So that way you don't even question it. But yeah, it makes sense.
But I tested it on myself, and I didn't like it. I got a little infection from it because I sweat. I work out after work or in the next day, and to have a piece of plastic on you the whole time.
Yeah, that's unsanitary.
It's unsanitary. And
that's not bad.
But I
That's
feel like
not
these
good.
people don't do the same due diligence and question new technology or new drugs or
It's
new
just
vaccines.
cool.
It's just
Right.
not just cool. It's just what they said to use.
Yeah. But it is kind of cool though. I mean, if it were to work, like if it was just to
works.
dissolve when the tattoo was over, like that'd be cool. With no
that
chemicals, obviously, dude. But it's like they're trying to find any way to even like or waves in the air. You know, like they attack us with everything. Right? If that's what
I saw crab hands. I was like, what? I was just on my peripheral, and I heard you say something different. I was like, what?
waves in the air.
Yeah.
Well, because I was gonna say if that is a form of like adding more stuff to us, you know, whether something's being transferred on or something.
Right.
Obviously, again, I'm wild. I think crazy, bro. But
Speaking of wild, have you guys seen the news tattoos? There, it's like it looks like a bag, like with ink inside of it. Like you can kind of, it looks nasty.
it's a tattoo.
It's a tattoo. I don't know how it works.
Let me see.
It looks like a bag tattoo. Look it up. It's fucking disgusting looking. I don't know why people get it.
And they're getting it?
They're getting it. It's like an ink. They get the tattoo. They get the bag. They put ink on top of it, and you have to move the bag around in order to see the tattoo inside of it.
Oh
But
no, that's that
right here?
Saniderm.
Is that shit?
Yeah, that's that shit.
Oh really?
So what that is
Oh yeah, it holds the fluids in there.
yeah, because your body's
Oh,
been
is it really?
yeah, and
Oh
those are where the infections come from.
yeah, it looks disgusting.
Yeah,
It looks fucking
because they got a
disgusting,
tattoo.
dude.
Yeah. So look right here, right? I think this is it right here.
If you get a tattoo, you can get this weird blister. But does it hurt when you pop it? First, if you've seen a tattoo, like
said
and
blister,
subscribe.
bro.
This is called an ink bag, in which if you get a new tattoo, to protect it from bacteria, the ink accumulates inside a plastic sheet that our body creates. This disappears after 24 hours.
I didn't think
and
it was
doesn't
like
hurt.
that,
If you get a tattoo,
That's nasty
bro.
looking, dude.
What?
That's fucking disgusting, dude.
So how long till you take it off?
I took it off right away.
No. Well, how long are you supposed to take it? Like until you.
Well, see, and that's the other thing is tattooers are just telling people to leave it on for 4 or 5 days the moment you leave the session.
Because your skin is getting rid of all of that. That's supposed to flush out.
Mm-hmm.
That's nasty.
That's
really-
bad, yeah.
That's disgusting right there. See, that's why they want us to get an infection.
We need
Go to
doctors.
the doctors, yeah,
we need
go pay the
medicine.
bills, and then that's how capitalism, thrives. You know what I mean?
Come on.
See, that's not capitalism. That's crooked.
It's crooked
crooks.
capitalism, right?
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they use it. They use
yeah.
the capitalism, right?
Yeah.
They use the steps.
Because we need to pay for that shit. They're
Man.
running off of our money.
I just get weird when we use the word capitalism as if capitalism is bad. Because
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Capitalism has brought prosperity to poor people
Oh,
more
absolutely,
than any
dude.
country in the
I
world.
agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you highly.
And
100%.
people these days will be like, yeah, fuck capitalism.
We
They
want
wanna-
capitalism.
Let's bring
I see
socialism.
what you're saying. I see
Mhm.
what you're
But-
saying. You're right.
but
My
then-
bad.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
Ow.
here
You're
to
getting
inform.
tougher on your hand.
Because see now I have questions, right? So okay, but that's what I'm saying. But these people use capitalism improperly, right?
Mhm.
Like they take advantage of it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. I mean, no different than
Anything else.
You're just
Yeah.
you're selling snake oil. You know, like,
Right.
that's capitalism technically. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is snake oil is gonna cure you of everything, but it's really not gonna do shit. Oh, I'm gonna blame capitalism. I'm like, no, you can't blame the guy that was fucking trying to
no,
fuck
I
you
know
over.
What you mean. Yeah.
But capitalism allows it to happen.
capitalism is just the form of
What is
you
the
being able to
term?
sell
Your product.
your product to anybody
Freely.
on the market.
Yeah.
But if you use it like in the term as negative, like let's say for
Yeah.
example, oh, I bought a property out of fucking spite, you know, so I could keep everybody out. You know, they'll be like, oh, that's capitalism. You know, they're using that as like, you know, negative. I see what Bert is saying.
So that's what I'm saying. The negative people will say that capitalism allowed that, and it's because of capitalism.
Because it
Yeah.
makes it sound
Okay,
bad. You know
makes
what I mean?
sense.
Yeah.
It-
As opposed to
yeah.
that was a shithead person.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
Oh, no, it's capitalism.
So
Right.
then that's the lack of accountability on that person knowing.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's the argument for socialism is if you couldn't make all that profit, you just give your profit to everyone, all of us, we'll all be equal.
Yeah.
Right.
When he's been sitting down this whole time, I've been sitting here this whole time, but you went out there hustling,
Yeah.
and now we want a piece of that.
Yeah.
Like that's why it's to a
That's
capitalist,
That's
socialism.
Yeah, socialism.
That's why to a capitalist like me, it's just like, no, you didn't put in on this. I've been busting my ass. Why would I give you more on my taxes?
Right.
I could do with my money to my community better than the government could to 50 states.
Yeah. Okay, see, because I had a conversation with a friend, right, and it was during my time in community, right?
Okay.
Because we're kind of like we're a community, right? So we have politics, right? And I always wanted to be the fair. Like I always wanted fair portions for everybody. Everybody should deserve the same treatment, and he called me a socialist. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, but see, I didn't know, dude. Back then, I was kind of like, whatever, right? But then he was trying to explain to me capitalism, right? And it was making sense, but I was in my ignorance, and I was like, nah, you're fucking, But now I get it. And that's why, see, I mean, this is a moment of enlightening.
Yeah.
Well, this is how,
but
I always thought, I knew capitalism was good, right? But see, this is where the confusion can happen.
Right.
Because then people against it will use it.
Well, because to
in
me
that
too, you were still doing the right thing.
And I was responsible, right? So I was the head. I was like at the top, right? So obviously it's like the president, and it's like my at the end of the day, my word is law, right? But he was on work group, which was like I guess the state, and he had a very good point.
Right. But there is a time where like if a society or if a group of people are doing everything the right way, and you're gonna like redistribute something, then you should give everyone an equal piece.
Yeah.
But then that's on the individual, right? So it's like if I'm,
your workers, your employees,
Bresla, if I made a company named Bresla and I have all this money, I could share my money. I
Right.
could spread it around.
your employees,
Yeah.
not just
The
everyone,
world,
your workers,
okay,
because
yeah.
you're like, you know what, y'all been busting ass.
Yeah.
I've been making bank.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Elon does that for his company.
Okay.
That people don't know about. But okay, he's a fascist, he's a Nazi. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't want to look at the facts that they give stocks options to their employees, all the benefits even for part-timers, like even, HEBs like that.
So from
like,
profits, even the lowest ones profit. Yeah.
when the company does well, everyone does well.
Yeah.
And then there's shitty capitalists where fuck my employees.
Yeah.
I want all the money.
You get that $25 raise.
all my
25 cent.
yeah, you get 25 cents, but I made 25 mil.
Yeah.
So those are like the guys that give capitalism a bad name because it's not capitalism that fucked those employees. It was just the shitty
It's a shitty
CEO
manager,
or
CEO,
whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, nice
It
little
makes
lesson
sense.
on capitalism.
It makes a lot of sense because a lot of billionaires look like shit, but you have your nice ones. You have your good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have your millionaire, for example, Keanu Reeves, that he does good for the world. You know what I mean?
That's
He's
my dude right
yeah,
there.
he's a really good, gentle fucking soul, man.
Good
Get
person.
You on the
He's
podcast.
a really good person, yeah. And I love that about him because he's not over here fucking showing off his money. He's a humble person.
Yeah.
That's humility right there. That's
Absolutely.
That's really.
I agree.
He's an example to all humans.
How
all
we
of
should
us.
live. Yeah.
How we should live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Very
people see him on the
respectful.
bus and shit.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
metro or the train or whatever.
Right, and people don't even recognize him because he's just so he blends in.
Yeah.
You're not expecting a
yeah.
multimillionaire to just be doing
Yeah.
regular
Right,
people
But
shit.
he's been through some
Exactly.
shit. He lost a sister, right? Like
His
to,
daughter, I
or
believe.
something.
His daughter and his wife.
Oh,
I could
no.
be mistaken.
Well, that's a movie.
Oh, really?
No, in real life.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think like I want to say.
I was talking about John Wick.
yeah, I was like, that's
Sorry.
the burger one.
So look, he lost his daughter Ava, who was stillborn.
Oh, okay.
So And then
At birth, yeah.
his girlfriend, Jennifer Sim, tragically just 2 years later, Jennifer Sim died in a car accident.
Damn.
River Phoenix. So River Phoenix, his close friend and fellow actor, River Phoenix died in '93 at the age of 23 from a drug overdose. So he's been around it, man. He knows. He's no stranger to death.
Yeah.
I can't see any drug overdose the same anymore in Hollywood.
For real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Starting to look,
What
I
do
don't
you call
know,
it? I'm not gonna say
blackmailing
it.
or something.
This pillow's actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
kinda like,
we need more, man.
Yeah.
We need more pillows over there. Tell
but
the
yeah,
set director.
that was a solid name, man. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
That's a good dude.
Well, that makes sense though if he's that somber and because death like that, dude.
And for him to show kindness and all that, it's because there's no hate in his heart. There's no I guess you can say
Ill intentions.
yeah, ill intentions against anybody. And I love that about him. He's a good example. I feel like that's how everybody should be. Just mind your own business. Be nice.
He should
to
be
others.
president.
He should, bro. He should. Whoa.
Hey, he was Constantine. You seen that movie?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, it shows badass.
But yeah. What else we got, man?
He's a good guy,
Do you guys believe in aliens?
of course.
See that?
Oh my god!
course.
Thank God.
Of course.
Thank
I've
God.
We have theories.
Yeah.
now, yeah, like aliens is a heavy word because it can mean so many different things.
UFOs.
But wait, okay, hold on. Do you have a story or do you have any?
Oh, I don't know if they're
Probing.
even
No
stories.
probing.
I don't
No
even
probing.
know if there's stories, but I've seen some shit just camping. Just
Yeah.
only one thing. It's not like I see them every time.
Well,
Like,
let us have it, dude.
Fucking
Sure.
we were just camping. Campfire, laid back, fucking smoking a cigarette, and we were just looking up at the stars. Oh shit, Orion's belt. What is this? We just see this motherfucker just moving, just very, very slowly. And I was with somebody, and I'm telling her, I was like, "You see this, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I see that shit." We started pointing at it. As soon as we fucking pointed at it like together, that shit just went like this. It just got bright and it disappeared. Like I don't know if it got close or if it went far. Put on its high beams. I don't know, but
And it just
it
took off,
just
like hyperspeed.
I don't know if it was hyperspeed. I couldn't tell. It's because I just seen the flash, and I just didn't see any moving.
But it was like out there.
Yeah, it was
in
out there. It
space,
was out
yeah.
there. Yeah, and I looked at her. I was like, no, this is something, dude. Like this
Was
is.
it like the brightness of a star, or was it like you could see a shape?
No, it just looked like the brightness of a star.
Yeah.
But from an orb, from a small orb,
Small orb, small
Okay.
tiny orb. It looked like a star,
Mm-hmm.
just moving.
or like
out.
a satellite. Have you ever seen satellites
It
move?
could be a satellite.
Okay, see, but see, the lights kind of
Right.
changed it up. Because I experienced something similar to that.
Okay.
But go ahead, continue with your story.
I was just gonna say, I even bugged myself about it, like, it was nothing. It probably could have been like a small meteorite, probably hitting the atmosphere. It lights up and probably hit overhead.
You're trying to be
and,
logical.
I'm trying to be reasonable with my own brain, but my other little devil is telling me it's a fucking UFO. So I love it.
Well,
Like,
you kind of want it to be, right?
Yeah, I want it to be. Like, we cannot be the only beings in this fucking universe. There's so many of them.
That's the age-old question, man.
There's so fucking many, like hundreds of fucking millions, I want to say, billions probably, galaxies out there, worlds, planets that we don't know about. We're just a fucking speck. Us humans, we're
Right.
stardust. We're just a fucking speck.
Yeah.
So there's
A
something
little
out there.
polvito.
Yeah, a little polvito, dude. That's good. Yeah, cut that out. That's good.
So no, okay. There was this one time, and this was actually the night before I was about to fly out to go to recovery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was smoking my last blunt, I was like, fuck, you gotta say goodbye, And I was in the back of my sister's house by her pool, and I was just looking up at the stars, bro, clear sky. And I saw the same thing, bro, the exact same thing, which I immediately was like, okay, it's a satellite, because they move a certain speed, right?
Right.
But dude, as soon as I started focusing on it, it did.
Oh
And
yeah,
it took off. It zigzagged, bro. It did the thing, and that's what freaked me out. Because otherwise, I would have been like, "That's totally a satellite."
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was a little orb, little gray orb. Looked like one of the stars that was just moving. But when it did that, it went.
That's fucking
And
nuts.
it just took off.
That's something, right? That was the fucking.
It's scary that they know because
know what it
my
is.
story's the same way. Yes, no. But ours was out camping at night. Just fucking beautiful stars everywhere. Like,
shit.
you go look back and it was like, and they were all bright and twinkling. And me and my brothers were at a campfire, and I noticed a red star. I was like, and it was just there twinkling. I was like, oh, look at that red star. We're like, oh, cool. And as soon as we all looked at it, it went. And we're like, whoa, and then it went right back, and we're like, oh shit, and then it danced like, and it went down, and then it just dissipated.
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts, dude. See, that's
but it's like
scary.
one everyone noticed, or like one they want to show you. This is what I talked about last episode, or the episode when we talked about aliens with David and Corey.
Oh yeah.
Like one guy asked, he's like, well, man, if there's aliens, like we all got all these phones and shit, like how come there's no picture of them?
No videos, no
And
nothing.
I'm like, dude, if aliens are what we think they are, like these advanced beings that have technology we wouldn't know, like I think they would know how to avoid us.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
They would know how to camouflage.
Sure.
Yeah, that shit was funny though, the way he said it.
There's probably one right there right now. We don't even know about it.
It could be.
Like,
You've seen the octopus camouflage,
you know
right?
what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Hey, watch this shit disappear when they say, "Hey, they're not gonna tattoo."
Like,
Like, hey, Bird, I think my shit disappeared. Fuck.
My bad, dog.
No, you.
Hey, share your alien stories or experiences. Comment below.
Yes. Have you been touched by an alien?
Have you been probed? Do you have moles?
But it's good to think about it though, because I mean, you have an open mind to everything. You know what I mean? And it's good to have an open mind and to ask somebody to have an open mind or to at least have an open-minded conversation. It's rare.
Yeah,
Very rare. You gotta find some cool people, man. Cause like, I have a tendency of when I'm drinking, I'm like, yeah, man. So aliens, bro. What do you think about it? I'm like, the fuck, this guy's crazy. Like, I don't know. Just I like having conversations like that.
So what are your theories behind aliens? You think there are other beings from another planet?
Oh yeah.
Do you believe that there's some here already?
Oh,
Some
yeah.
under the earth? Could there be something else?
You know what? I feel like they're living amongst us. I feel like they're even learning our fucking languages. I'm saying languages because there's plenty
They probably
of them.
created our
You
languages.
know, yeah, it may be, you know.
You never know.
They probably were here during the fucking pyramids and they're just over here sightseeing, like, you know, we fucking built this shit fucking thousands of years ago, you know what I mean? These fucking monkeys.
Yeah. They don't even know how to use
They
it.
don't even know how to use it. They think it's a temple. It's our toilet, the fuck? You know?
Right, I mean,
Some
dude,
stupid
it
shit,
could
you
be
know?
that something to that extreme, bro.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You ever watch Futurama?
Yes.
I just watched the episode yesterday when it was a spaceship. The pyramid was a spaceship.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see, there you go.
But I mean, like, it could be a number of things, man. You know,
Right.
like, I mean, we have a theory too that it could be something else. You want to take this one, Bird?
What's that? Sorry, I'm.
Aliens, what they could be?
Time travelers? Us from a different time?
That's a good one.
Or evolved?
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
That's a really good one.
because I think, and like the UFOs can be like, what are they called? Drones, where they just send them out and just, you know, like we use our drones to go explore something.
Right.
They could be sending those
Right.
things. Because in some of these crash sites, like where they said they have found bodies, I feel like if we're making clones, like what if they're like little clones that we made to just go out and do shit for us?
Explore. Kind of like how we did with
Like little
the
AI
fucking-
drones.
Yeah.
Well, that's the story of the Anunnaki and all that, right? Like they made,
Well, they're supposed to
different
be
version.
people. Oh, you mean like what they created?
like they created, like us to be their slaves to do their work for them.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
theories.
yeah,
It
yeah.
gets deep, but I mean, I
Yeah.
guess what you're saying, right? Kind
Yeah.
of.
That's a really good theory, though.
So like, it's like this Brazilian podcast, and like they had this two like shaman leaders from two different tribes. You know how they still have them down there
in South America.
in South America. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what a shaman is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They asked them about the word aliens, right? They used the word aliens, and they both looked at each other and they were like, "No, we've never heard this word," you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then they show them a picture of a gray, and they both, even though they're from different parts, they both use the same word for that.
Oh, that's true.
And dude, they're like all dude, I have to find this episode.
Very indigenous.
Yeah, it's
looking.
very indigenous.
Yeah.
With the whole feathers and leaves and headdresses and shit.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts, bro. See, I'm telling you, and I'm pretty sure if they do come over here and they do land, I'm pretty sure they're doing it in places where there's no cameras or like
Right, because they're smart.
Remote, very remote. Yeah, maybe even under the sea. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's a lot of pressure. We could barely go down there.
Well, there's also I don't know if you've heard these stories about during World War II when we dropped the nukes. Russia had a situation where at their nuclear test site, or where they have all their where they arm all their nukes,
They got shut off.
they all got shut
I
off
heard
by
that.
some alien ships.
I heard about
And
that.
U.S.
yeah.
too. We dealt with something very similar.
Yeah, I
But,
heard about that.
man, there's just so much information out there. It's
And allegedly, they said that they saw some objects flying around at night right before the shut off, and they're contemplating on whether it was UFOs or,
because they armed them too. They armed the
Yeah,
missiles too, and nobody had that capability.
Right, exactly.
Especially then. But that's also too why Hitler was so into the occult and looking for this shit.
He was going to Antarctica, right?
Yeah, he went to Antarctica.
Yeah,
and
and
that's proven. But dude, it gets so fucking crazy. So
He was a
aliens
madman.
can come up with different meanings for me, man. Sometimes I think they're demons. Sometimes it's us. Or it still can be possible something from another planet. It could be all of the above.
I really like your theory about it being us, because I had a very similar thought that maybe it is us from the future, and with all that traveling that we've been doing, all that jumping from time to time, we have become this, we don't even know how we look, but we're supposed to be small, like we've been shrunken down to a certain shape, and that's how we look now in the future because we're time jumpers instead of just regular humans. I don't know, some movie type of shit.
No, bro, that's literally what they say.
Yeah?
They say that they refer them to ants.
Uh-huh.
Which if you think
that's
about the
what
grays,
Uh-huh.
they look like an ant.
Oh, shit.
So they
Okay.
say that they come from underground, and that they're us, that we hyper advanced or hyper what do you call it, evolved,
Uh-huh.
and that we have no more way of making more.
We have,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Reproducing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because we all turn ourselves non-binary.
Yeah, yeah.
No, bro.
But the shaman is
Yeah.
saying that, bro. It's so
Ants.
crazy.
Yeah.
but that's, dude, exactly what you said. That was their theory. That's what they're saying. But these people are like in the jungle, bro. They like talking like dialect. It's interesting to see because
That is
the guy
interesting.
shows them a picture and they both kind of have the same explanation about them, and they're saying that you gotta stay away from them because if you talk about them too much or you go looking for them, they come
They
find,
find
you,
you.
and then they make you them because then that's how they make more. They can reproduce.
So
I mean, it's a far-fetched theory, right? Like we sound crazy.
Who wants to get probed?
probed? Have you been
Ants.
probed?
Tell me how it goes.
dude, what if we got caught on video getting raped by the ants?
AI, baby.
We will. So there's also a big movement called against a movement. I guess you could call it transhumanism, which is where it might be like the beginning of what that end is, and that's basically where we're trying to, I guess, merge with AI, and we start to lose what the actual human soul is, and then we also, because we're also sterilizing ourselves with the medicine, the plastics,
Right.
and all this stuff as we evolve,
Become less human.
we do become less human, and we can't breed anymore, and
Right.
that almost like it sounds like.
Yeah, I think maybe we are aliens. Maybe we are the fucking. Damn.
That's why, like, dude, he's like, I want to know. I was like, man, sometimes
Yeah, you're right though. I mean,
don't think I want to know.
Sometimes oh, here it is, dude. I found it.
Yes.
Nice.
Cause I mean, bro, like this is like to me, I'd rather take their word, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
they could be actors. They could dress them up because they're in full gear, bro.
Yeah. But you never know.
But you never know. I think on one part he says they're like up in the mountains, and he's like, if people go looking for them, they know, and they actually come find you, and they take you underground. That's what they said.
That's fucking trippy.
But I think it's pretty badass.
Where's this at? I want to go check it out.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know.
I know, right? Take video, dude. No AI.
Dio!
I got pros!
That was a good.
I got beer. I got beers.
But also another theory is that they could be divine spirits, or what do you call it? I guess they are divine, right?
Divine or demonic?
Well, both. But it's like
Okay.
outside of the spirit. I guess spiritual spirit.
Right, right.
You know, or spiritual beings.
Okay, like an embodiment, like of a
Well,
spirit.
that's just they're
Yeah.
they're interdimensional.
Okay.
Because angels and demons can travel through dimensions, right?
Right, yeah.
But obviously, for us to experience them, they would have to be in a physical form.
Right,
Right.
correct.
I mean, and obviously that's my dumb theory, my dumb
No,
analysis.
that makes sense. I mean, because we can't see outside of this dimension because we are very
Limited.
4D.
That's you just gave me a topic right now to like. I've heard that. Have you guys watched the movie? Oh fuck me, I can't forget. I cannot. The one with Scarlett Johansson. She has all these magic powers. Like
Scarlet Witch or the spider or something?
no, it's with Scarlett Johansson. She.
Oh,
Not Lucy.
yeah, Lucy.
Is it? Is it Lucy?
Does she take drugs? Does she put drugs
Yeah,
in her body?
yeah.
Yeah,
that
I was
one.
gonna say, but she takes the drugs.
Right.
No. She's a mule, so they cut her open and put the drugs in there.
Right.
And it busts. and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it gives her like this power.
She takes the drugs.
and supposedly it opens up a certain percent of her brain.
Yes.
And
yes,
I've heard of a topic about like if we only have like 2 or 3% of our brain open, you know, for its potential that actually put
Mhm.
out. That's how supposedly, you know, this is alleged. That how people can do like fucking magic, how people can do some crazy hallucination. It's because they have maybe like 2 points more
They tapped into
percent,
more of her brain.
more
Yeah.
potential. But if we tap into more, we'll be able to like make shit levitate, you know, fucking, and then
Walk through
more than that,
walls.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we'll be able to bend the will of our surroundings.
See, to me, I think that's knowledge and wisdom and understanding. It just expands, right? And I think like, do we have that capacity? Like,
I feel like we do. I feel like
it's
we
a
do.
scary slope because then it becomes
godlike?
biblical.
Right,
Then
right,
you
like
become
godly.
God, yeah.
Right.
But
Very
see,
godly.
Is that the energy or the forbidden fruit that Eve ate that
Yeah.
was learning all that, or are we supposed to know it?
was that the apple?
Mhm.
Damn.
Could be.
See, I never saw it
Could
like
be.
that, dude.
It
Yeah.
could be. See, and if you want to put it biblical terms, like we're supposed to have this aura as a human, but since the apple was eaten by Eve, all this aura has been taken away from us. We've been condemned to earth,
Mhm.
you know, and when Adam and Eve had their sons, the brothers between themselves, they started fighting and killing each other, and that's how we became the way we are now.
The earth tasted blood.
Yeah,
dude.
pretty much.
Mhm.
When it was supposed to be a place of, you know,
Refuge
love
and-
and
yeah.
refuge.
It's supposed to be
and-
paradise.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Like a heaven on earth, basically. That's where the term
yeah.
comes.
Yeah.
So, it has a lot to do with like us being bad throughout the times. I want to say, this is me speaking just out of the box, dude. Just like, I don't know, we've done so much bad that we don't have that aura that the monks look for. You know, because even the monks believe in it. Like that's why we have monks in the Himalayas just meditating day and night.
hermits.
You know? Yeah, you know, just
it's just
they don't-
devotion to enlightening.
exactly, and they don't believe in pleasure. They don't believe in nothing but just enlightenment, and all they do is just eat and breathe. They don't even have sex.
And they
because to
hardly
them-
even eat.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And it's so, I don't know, funny that, not funny, but it's interesting to know that there's people out there looking for this aura, that it's in the Christian books, Catholic books, you know, and all religion. It's the same thing we're all looking for, that God, a lot of people think of him as Muslim. I mean, I'm sorry. What's that entity? The monk, not the monk, the big guy, the one that
Buddha?
the one that looks like. There you go, Buddha. You got your Buddha. You got Jehovah, which is Jehovah. It's still Jesus Christ. It's the same person that we're talking about, but he's just in different color,
absolutely. I agree.
color,
There's one
different
guy.
name.
There's one
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. But dude, you're right. I mean, it's kind of like, what did you say earlier? You blew my mind with that, man. You.
What part?
Oh, about eat the apple.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Is that the forbidden knowledge that the devil was tempting us with?
So like he offered it and she accepted it. So she didn't bite no apple, dog. I mean, I guess it's depicted as a tree in an apple, right? But in the Bible it says that there was an actual tree of life and that it's still somewhere, but like the trunk or the roots or whatever should be somewhere still, Obviously, it's like, it was huge. It was like bigger than the biggest mountain you can think of. You can see it from everywhere.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But again, that's just how it's depicted.
Yeah.
Right. But I like to believe in the Bible. But I mean, I'm not trying to get too much into depth in that. It's just the truths, right? Like we always say it, and I think anybody with a righteous mind can know that the history is written by the victor. Right. Whoever wins is going to tell you how it went down.
That's true. Yeah, that's very, very true. Do you guys believe in like mythical creatures? I guess you can say like the Mothman and fucking.
That's a good one.
So
like
I never really. Oh, like okay. I know what you're talking
like
about.
physical, mythical creatures,
Yeah.
right?
Mythical
I don't know why I thought you were
creatures.
talking about like Greek.
No, well, I mean.
No, but okay, I got you. Yeah. I mean, I believe that there's a possibility. I'm open to it.
Okay.
Well,
Because.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Because there's a Salvadorian creature called the cadejo. You can look it up. It's called El, is E-L. And then C-A. Cadejo, the way it sounds. And, well, basically, it's a dog. Or it takes shape of a dog. Yeah.
Look at it.
Yes.
Oh.
That's the one.
This guy?
He walks around my neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, this dog supposedly.
El Callejo?
El cadejo. Yeah.
Cadejo.
Cadejo.
El cadejo. And this is a shape-shifting animal that basically just goes for the innocent. I wouldn't say I'm innocent, but what I encountered, it was scary, dude. So
Where is this?
this is in Victorville,
Which is in California?
In California,
Okay.
yes.
You saw this?
I wouldn't say I saw it, but I want to say this is what I'm leaning to, because when I lived in California, when I lived in California, we had a 2-acre lot. We were like kind of in the remote place of the desert.
Okay.
And there was you would say like a patch of grass, some bushes, 2 trees that I can remember. And behind that we had pomegranates, trees of apples. We had our own little garden and everything, right? It was really nice. And behind that garden, we're talking about maybe a good 30 yards, 40 yards away, we had a trailer where we had our boat. And it was one of those little 2-seater fishing boats. And the trailer was sitting there. And I was there smoking a cigarette, trying to sneak from my mom. I was like maybe 13 years old and getting stealing a cigarette from my dad. And I started smoking one, looking behind. And this is when flip phones were a thing. So I'm over here like with my flip phone, like, yes, babe, what's up? What are you doing? Blah, blah. And then sure enough, like I hear like this, I guess you can say growl, but I don't know if it was like wood moving around. I couldn't distinguish it, but it sounded out of the ordinary. I was like, what the fuck is that?
You basically heard something.
Yeah, I heard something, but it sounded like if it was like on top of me or some shit. But this is coming, this is like far away noise. When I looked at the trailer from behind, all the way back, maybe like 30, 40 yards away, I see like 2 reflective little thingy majingers. I don't know if it
Like
was his eyes, but
dots.
Yeah.
or
Dots,
something?
yeah.
Something reflecting
Yeah.
the light. Man.
it looked like the dogs. You know when you reflect the light, you
Mhm.
see
Yeah,
that
right.
reflect.
Cats too,
Yeah,
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Nike
it looked
signs.
like yeah. So I saw that and I'm like, okay, is that a dog? All right, cool, whatever. I don't know. And then I kept looking back to see if my mom was coming because I was smoking a cigarette. I was underage. And then I looked back and it was closer to me now. This is like we're talking 20 yards away where this is where the roses were. And right passing the roses, we had grass. And then right where the roses were, we had two big trees. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Did it move? I saw the two eyes now reflecting where the bushes were. I got scared. I was like, oh, fuck that. And I opened the sliding door. And then when I opened the sliding door, you could hear my mom coming out, "Get chingados! I told you not about smoking," and I got in trouble over here.
Yeah.
There's something
Almost
outside, there's ma. And yeah, fucking, I opened the door with that whole commotion going on. I heard that shit going like if it went up
Like-
the trees.
Oh hell.
Okay.
No.
That's when I said,
Hold up.
that wasn't a wolf. That wasn't a fucking bear. Well, maybe a bear could go up that high, but going that fast, I don't know what the fuck I saw. I just saw those two reflective eyes just looking at me that night, and I was just like,
And then the sound.
Yeah, then the
that was a lot
sound,
So
of-
like-
what would you equate the sound to? Did it sound dog-like? Like
The
was
growl?
it panting?
it didn't sound like any panting. It didn't sound like any breathing. It just sounded more like log noises. Like I'm
wood-
telling you,
wood
like
screeching?
like wood screeches. Like it sounded like, yeah,
like root.
yeah, like pretty much like something heavy.
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
I
something
was
out of the
like-
ordinary. you
yeah, I
said?
was like,
That's crazy.
I looked
but
up.
then the climbing, the sound of the
That's what
climbing,
fucking
that
creeped me
changes
out.
things.
That's what made me think of okay, like was it a raccoon? No. It doesn't. It wouldn't
much
sound
mass.
that. Yeah,
Too much
exactly.
mass.
It wouldn't sound that
Yeah,
fucking
Big.
heavy,
And they're clumsy.
Mhm.
I mean,
no, they're-
they need a
and they're
book.
fat. They
need
can
a
get
book of
fat.
this book.
Yeah, they can get big.
Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
What is the folk? Can you go more deeper into the folk tale?
So the folklore supposedly, it's more like the Cadejo follows children, with
Yeah.
innocent souls. Supposedly, like
It's always the
it's
children.
always the children, dude.
These
Man,
are the
fuck.
easier to grasp.
It's the
dude.
innocent ones.
They're innocent, dude.
Yeah,
It's the
innocent,
innocence, bro.
bro.
And that's what it
Monsters
is.
Inc., bro.
That-
we
that's
talk
what-
about this
That's what they
shit.
go for. That's what the myth is all about.
Let's
That
protect the children.
they go for the innocence of the children. So
Yeah.
basically, they claim their lives basically like a soul sacrifice, if you will. And that's basically the myth of it. And the creepy part about it is that if it sounds close, it's far. If it sounds far, it's close.
Oh hell.
This is
see?
all,
There's that bullshit.
Some of the
Yeah.
folklore.
Yeah, some of the folk.
Is there a movie about it?
No, never heard of one.
Yeah.
Never heard of one. It's a
Halloween episode.
very, it's a very underrated mythical creature, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. I mean, I'm from Mexico, so we got La Llorona.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
there's,
It's like
there's this one tale. I don't know if you ever heard of it or you, where it's like I heard it from multiple people, and I mean, obviously they're all Mexicans, but it's like there's this. You're driving and you're driving long hours, so you're tired, and it's at night, and there's this lady. She looks normal, nothing wrong about this lady, right? She gets in the car, and then she basically, you're like, oh yeah, I need a ride. You take her to wherever she needs to go. You drop her off, and then the tale is that she forgets something in the car. You go back to the house, and they're like, no, she's been dead for years. But then that doesn't end there. Then as you're trying to leave, you start getting back on the road. Your car starts to get heavy, and then you're kind of like, man, what the hell? You start giving it gas, and supposedly it's like her like applying pressure, and then she lets go, and you wreck.
I've never heard of that one.
That is true.
My dad told me that, but I've heard it from somebody else too.
That is true.
My grandpa, no, my grandma, who told it? One of my grandparents had taught, my uncle who lived in Mexico talked about the story where he was, he wanted to go out, but his parents were like, no, stay home. He's like, no, fuck, I want to go out. And so he snuck out, went and fucking partied and shit, and walked on his way back. He was approached by a man on a horse. He's like, hey, you want to ride home? And he said when he looked up to the man, because like he was walking all drunk and stumble, and like the horse rider came up on him. Yeah, and he's like, oh shit, and he said when he looked at his leg, it looked like the leg of a bird.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, like it had those
chicken
yeah. And there's apparently like stories like that where if you meet that entity or fucking figure, it's a demon or some shit.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy, dude.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
And see, like that village folklore is so underrated, dude. Cause like you got your villagers saying, oh yeah, if you go up this hill you disappear, because there's crazy women out there that are eating their woman's flesh or some shit, like
Dude,
crazy.
And it could be true.
It could be true, you know what I mean? Like,
So Mr. Beast, have either of y'all heard of Mr. Beast?
yes,
Of course.
No, I'm sorry. Mr. Ballin. Mr. Ballin.
I love Mr. Ballin
Okay.
podcast.
No.
The
So
storyteller.
I've told you about him
I
before.
fucking
So he
love
has
him.
this one,
Yeah.
and we can end it on this. There's this group of brothers, or there's two brothers, not a group, but two brothers that go around town telling people that that they can protect them from evil spirits or evil vibes. They can kind of heal their town, right?
Like
but
a
they
medium?
hire people to like cause shit. It's kind of like the
Oh,
Brothers
okay.
Grimm.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Have you seen that
really?
movie?
Or
No,
Nacho Libre.
no.
Nacho! When he tries to hire the guys to
Oh,
fight.
Yeah. Hey, why are you looking at me? This lady is a nun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my
No,
bad.
that
Go-
was funny. I didn't get it at first, but anyways, okay. So then they go to this one town and like they hired, like they're starting to get kind of caught, so they get kicked out of these towns. Like reminds me of some group.
right.
But basically, I'm trying to make it as short as possible. They hired this lady to pretend that she's an ancient Aztec goddess that has been resurrected, and she thirsts for blood, right?
Okay.
So they like have all these theatricals, and this is supposedly he has like evidence. Every story he tells is a real story. Mr. Ballin, look it up. I'll put up the link.
Okay. So he's telling the story of this folklore of this small.
No, it's not even a folklore. It's like a fucking event.
Like an event.
Ah.
He tells like true stories or sometimes like folklore stories and what people believe in and
Yeah, I guess some of it is folklore,
Yeah.
but he has like documented stuff that's
Right.
in
yeah,
history.
like it happened. Like think
He's
whatever
bringing
you wanna
receipts
think.
also to the
Yeah.
story
Yes,
Like, there's,
exactly.
like,
yeah.
to put in the perspective how much is true.
And think whatever you want to think after listening.
Yeah, he
to
kind of
it,
just
yeah.
leaves it up to you, but he gives you like evidence, right? He has like some cold murder.
It's like the Wi-Files
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
pretty
yes.
much. Yeah,
I
yeah.
like him too. Well, I don't know
cool.
this guy, but
Yeah, he's fucking cool, dude. You
Yeah.
should check him out.
Yeah, no, he's pretty good. He's ex like Green Beret and shit.
yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, long story short, he convinces this girl to work this. She plays it. She plays the part. So now the town, they go up in this cave and like there's this screaming and there's lights and all this smoke. They played all that part. So the town folk are like, oh shit, like we gotta listen to it. So they start trying to get money, but they play this for like a long time. But the chick starts to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then the chick starts to actually like think she really is that bitch, and she starts like killing people and like drinking blood and like all this shit.
Damn. What the demons
Sacrifices.
came into
I
her.
mean, she probably called it.
yeah.
She summoned them.
Yeah, she's something,
But
dude.
it's just an interesting story, and I
That's
heard
pretty
it.
wild. No, but
Yeah.
that's just where my mind took it by you just hearing you tell the stories. It's like if you invite that
Yeah.
shit inside,
You
play
you
with
do
it.
the act, even if it's
Yeah.
just I'm just playing.
Right.
Because I watched Sean Ryan. He's another YouTuber I like. He's an ex-Navy SEAL.
Yeah, he's good.
He had on an exorcist priest, and he'd asked him like, what do you have to do to become an exorcist priest? He's like, well, you go to the Vatican, and it's like this whole training seminar, and then he made the fact to say that there's one whole day just dedicated to Harry Potter, because of all the spells that they say in Harry Potter are actually real legitimate like dark magic shit.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
And that invites people in, and having that knowledge as an exorcist gives you an upper hand on like, well, what happened here when he goes and meets in these cases. And he also says like not every case is a demonic possession,
Right.
which leads more credibility to what I feel is happening in the world today, where sometimes it's just useful idiots and then sometimes it's true literal possession, like in that movie or the story that y'all are talking about. But
Well, there's
yeah.
levels of possession too, dude. Because some people like they're more submissive, so they don't have to try that hard, and they just puppet them the whole way for like 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, For sure.
That's true.
But
It might not even be submissive. They just know what your ailment is or where you're weak.
yeah.
And then they just play you like a fiddle.
And that kind of brings us to today. Because it's like these people that manipulate us and manipulate our thought process, they spent decades studying how human behavior, how we react to things, and what are we more receptive to, and how easily we could be manipulated, really, at the end of the day.
Absolutely, dude.
So...
Even the TV does it.
Oh,
The TV does it.
that's one of their main fucking agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first, well, not the first one, newspapers first.
Then radio.
But even before, it was probably just word of mouth, like say some bullshit,
Yeah.
spread it
Spread it
around.
around. Well, remember the radio and the alien invasion? Like they were reading a book on radio, and people were thinking that it was really fucking happening. Because obviously, if you miss the first 10 minutes, the same.
We're reading the expert of what was the book?
I don't know. Let me see.
So yeah, during on live radio in the 30s, they were reading a book. It might have been Space Odyssey. I think it was Space Odyssey. And so they started reading the book.
So it was the War of the Worlds.
Oh, War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
And then people who tuned in late are hearing it, and there's parts in the book that it sounds like it's like the anchor.
Yeah. Well, it's like the news anchor. Yeah.
The news anchor like telling
But
aliens
they
have
also
landed
had
in blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They're in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. They've taken over this, and people were hearing it like, oh fuck, and people were freaking out, and like they're like literally like riots and shit, and like panic, and you know all the toilet paper gone.
Another 2020.
Yeah, in 1720. But dude, we're done, man. I'm
Dude,
done.
I'm really
bro.
happy with the way it looks. It looks amazing.
Yeah, dude. We'll see. Like I tell everyone when we do a cover up, I try not to make a tattoo look like a cover up. So if there's parts where maybe if we still see something, like I'd rather we touch it up and then make sure. But I think it's gonna be gone 100%.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. Yeah, people wouldn't think there was
Yeah,
a
it's
swastika
gonna
underneath
throw
that.
off, dude.
No.
Yeah, they would never suspect that.
It's just on some real shit. I'm always like that with my clients. It's just like, because people see shit on TV and they're like, oh, you should just be able to knock this out in 30 minutes. I seen it on Ink Master. Like, yeah, it'll take you no time, right?
They even time it and shit.
Yeah.
She got the motherfucker in the background.
I'm like, no, dude, that's not real life, bro. That shit's scripted. So, yeah, man, it's been a good conversation, good hangout. I'm a little beat.
Great conversations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Of course, man.
I appreciate you,
Hey,
brother.
man.
What was your
Appreciate you
name
coming,
again?
Pablo.
Pablo.
Pablo, yes,
Nice to
sir,
meet
yes,
you,
sir.
Pablo.
No, you're good, man.
Oh, man, it was great.
Well, thank y'all for joining us. We'll catch you on the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us at Ruffled Feathers Pod on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I think we're on X. We're probably on Rumble. We're figuring this shit out, but thank y'all.
Comment, love or hate. I mean, you know, share your thoughts.
spread
Spread the love. Spread the love. Spread the gospel.